But as the teams are out there taking their warm-ups and the kickers are in action, it hasn't affected too much on the kicking game. That's just a quick weather update for you. Again, we'll be starting our pregame show momentarily. You can hear the crowd. They are here. Brownsville Veterans has nearly filled Buccaneer Stadium on the home side, and I'm talking they were here early, but right now they're here in mass. On the other side, Smithson Valley has a crowd, but they're outnumbered right now to the tune of nearly 6 to 7 to 1. BVM has brought the house here to watch this game. Pre-game show coming up. Again, I'm Joe Bowling with you, and you are tuned into the right spot. Share the link. Let other fans know that may not know where this game is at, where we are. We're at Buccaneer Stadium, and we're right here on BISD ITV, the YouTube channel. Pre-game show just around the corner. they're getting ready to go. We also see Brownsville veterans on the other side out there getting ready. The teams are here. They've been here for a while. The fans are settling in right now. The line was massive out there on the Brownsville veteran side. And on Smithson Valley, they were here early, but they filed in quickly. And so there hasn't been this steady flow of fans onto the other side of the field. You can see in the this camera shot that those empty bleachers are on the north and the south side. On the visitor side, those fans just aren't here right now. We still have 36 minutes before kickoff, so they may occupy those stands. If we pan down on the Brownsville veteran side, which we'll have cameras operating very shortly, where we can show you some of these crowd shots, you'll see all of the home side is full, and they're standing in the north end zone. They're standing up, waiting to try to find a seat in these bleachers over here. There we go. Let's get that shot. You see the stands here on the home side. Brownsville veterans, there's a few blank areas down there, but those fans are over in the concession area, which is a mob as well, as these fans are anticipating this semifinal matchup here at Buccaneer Stadium. 36 minutes on the clock before the kickoff. Eric Alexander is getting his stuff ready. He'll be at my right-hand side doing some color commentary. Again, we'll have a full-blown pregame show coming up. Every time any player does anything, I think I could walk out there and pick up a football and I might get a crowd reaction. I know the players are getting reactions. The reaction would be put the ball down, Joe. But hey, pregame show coming up shortly. Keep it right here. You're on the right spot. Share the link. This is the BISD ITV YouTube channel. Share the link. Let other fans know where to go to watch this game. Free broadcast for you. Student run, student assisted. And we are providing an educational broadcast here for BISD. I'm Joe Bowling with you. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get it going soon. We are back here at Buccaneer Stadium. Again, we are getting cameras dialed in, and crowd is filed in. Once Eric gets his seat over to my right-hand side. And that's the Smithson Valley side, for those of you that are tuned in. Not a big crowd over here on the visiting side here at Buccaneer Stadium. On the other side, it's a whole nother story on the Brownsville veteran side. Chargers have already exited the field. You can see that crowd, that sea of red, making their way still towards the stands. And frankly, there's not a lot of room to put them, my friends, as they continue to file in here to this stadium. On a holding pattern, 28 minutes before the official kickoff. Thanks for tuning in to the BISD channel here on YouTube. We'll be back shortly.
Welcome to Buccaneer Stadium, Florida. Tonight, Class 5A Division I football playoff game will decide who will advance to the 5A D1 state championship game. December 15th. That is what is on the line this evening. The Smithson Valley Rangers versus the Brownsville Veterans Warriors. your attention, please. This game is so bad. We appreciate cooperation, squeezing together as much as we can so that we can get all of it. Appreciate your cooperation. Please try to squeeze in as much as possible or be sold out.
Are on KBISD. We're on the pregame show 20 minutes before kickoff here at Buccaneer Stadium, and introduction of the cheerleaders going on the field right now between these two teams, Brownsville Veterans and Smithson Valley. Joe Bowling, Eric Alexander to my right-hand side. Eric, a terrific night for football. You felt the energy when you came into this stadium. Brownsville Veterans certainly outnumbers Smithson Valley on the crowd side.
You know, when you have the last RGV team in the state coming in, this is what we're hoping for. But you're exactly right. We were driving in. This place still had a line wrapping around the stadium. And it shows you where the headspace of everyone in attendance is going to be at. It's going to be a wild night. I hope these players are prepared for it.
You have two teams that come into this football game, and both teams wrote the same script. Fell behind early, came from behind, and punched their ticket into the semifinals. And so, Eric, we talk about teams that can be resilient and come from behind, but neither wants to fall behind in this game against the other.
Now, you want to allow yourself to have some momentum, especially in that first half of football. First quarter, first possession is going to be one of the biggest dictators on how the rest of this game is going to go. If you can find a way to punch some scores on early and allow for the opposition to be put onto their back heels, you're going to be put on that pedestal. But you're talking about how these two teams had a comeback win last week. I was talking to the Smithson Valley Ranger coach, and he said, hey, who was the reason that the leader for bringing yourself back? He said, everybody. Nobody on this side was putting their head down. The same can be said for the side for Brownsville. So two teams with championship mentality looking to make their way into the state playoff. Again,
that's the Smithson Valley side of things. I talked about it to Eric that at one time it was 4-1, then it was 5-1, 6-1. It may be 10-1. Fans on the home side versus fans on the visitor side. We looked at it last week when Sam Stadium was packed, that the energy from the home side could bring another level to the team. And again, tonight here, anything happens on the Brownsville veteran side, they're going to get energized by this crowd.
And also, you know, I was looking at how many people can fit into the stadium. I believe it was 18,000 to the 10 that was at Brownsville. So an extra amount of people, some extra voices, and this is going to get loud. And I had the luxury of being on the sideline last time, and you know, I was able to see the CSIP weather chants by everyone from Brownsville, and now this team has the entire RGV in the back, not just Brownsville, Texas. This is going to be one these kids are going to remember.
Again, the cheerleaders are out there. They're going through their normal greetings. We're in the real deal pregame festivities here before this. And Jammer Ruiz is also down on one of our cameras. We'll dial him in from time to time, and you'll get some good shots there on the field level side of things. But again, this place is in football mode right now, and why not? It's the semifinals.
You know, when you have two teams, especially looking at the Valley's rank, although Max Prep earlier has them number one currently. And, you know, when you have that type of team against you, you know you have to be in a space where you're saying, hey, it's going to be a hard, tough football game. We just have to allow our defense to continue working. And that was one of the keys to this win here for Brownsville Vets. He says we have to play smart defense. We can't allow ourselves to give up too many penalties and give some free yards to this offense. If we do, they're going to eat out here, and they're not going to leave anything left for Brownsville Vets.
17 minutes and counting before the opening kickoff of this is scheduled. It was scheduled for a 7 o'clock. I got here at 10 o'clock in the morning. My wife, Dahlia, was like, there's no way you'll stay at this stadium all day. After we ate lunch, she's like, forget it. You're going to be here at this stadium all day. And indeed, here we are. We're in the press box. Thanks to the now thousands that are tuning in and watching this broadcast. As we're at 6,000 right now, 16 minutes before the kickoff. And I'm not counting the viewing parties. We know those are going on as well out there. And so anyone that's watching this game, we thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. I also ask this, share the link. Oftentimes, the biggest question that I get asked was, I didn't know it was on. How do you get to it? So this is where I send this out. Share the link if you're watching this game, social media across the board. Let fans know that this is the spot where you can watch the game in its entirety, and you don't have to pay per view to watch it. 15 minutes before the kickoff, again, everybody field side is getting set. You see all the lineups are ready. The tunnel is ready. Now the color guard is making their way out here. Buccaneer Stadium, a historic stadium. A lot of big football games have been played here at this place. And again, anything that happens even close to football already brings this huge crowd reaction. And Eric, you can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it all up in the booth, and I think the place is isolated, but it can't contain the team fans that are out there right now for Brownsville Vets. The Chargers are going to try to charge into this game with a full head of steam. I don't know if the Rangers have the rope to really hold them down and keep them on a leash, but the one thing I want to see is confidence from this Brownsville squad. And we have the luxury of seeing some of these players right now, and you're seeing them just have that level of excitement to them where it's cool, calm, and collective. And I was talking to the coach here, Coach Rand for Brownsville Vets. I said, this is some of the biggest games of these young athletes' lives. Remember, there's 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds on the field, so you still have a lot of development to go. And he said, hey, that's us on a coaching staff. We, as a coaching staff, have to come in here and get these players prepared to work. And I feel we did a heck of a job all week long studying film, putting ourselves in the right position to come out here and have an excellent ball game. No matter what the results are, this team has made history, but they're trying to continue on that history as the chapter does not want to be closed.
The thing about it is that Brownsville veterans, I visited with them during our Luke Freer show on Wednesday, and they were all business from the moment the game ended last week on a Friday night, and that tremendous come-from-behind victory over Corpus Christi Miller, which, by the way, this is where Miller plays their home games back here at Buccaneer Stadium. But from that moment on, the team took a business-like mentality, and even J.C. Ramirez, the coach, was alluding to the fact that, hey, we played there a couple of weeks ago, and we played against Corpus Christi Veteran. We know that stadium, and I just pulled out my notes and said, here's where I want to go. Here's where I want to eat. Here's where I want to do my pregame meetings. And here's all the timing. I know that stadium. And so it's been business-like from day one. But again, you're looking at a team that, from a historic perspective, has been to the promised land as far as getting to that championship game. There have been teams that have won semifinal games for Smithson Valley. None of these players have won those games. And so therefore, again, the comparison oftentimes is, let's compare them as if it's a pro type environment. This isn't a pro environment. Players that played 6, 7, 8 years ago aren't here anymore. And as a matter of fact, on Smithson Valley, and I was talking to my wife Dahlia about this, anytime I look at a roster and I see a huge number of players and all of them are juniors and seniors, there's one sophomore on the roster, actually make it two sophomores that I see on the roster for Smithson Valley. That means all juniors and seniors. So again, anyone that's playing on those historic teams for Smithson Valley that made it are spectators or coaches. They're not players. And so even if you look at it on paper, the last time I saw Smithson Valley, they were rolling over a good San Benito team to the tune of 50-7 or 50-14. It was a lopsided victory, but none of those players are here either. But Eric, players that are playing for this football team know what it means to put this uniform on. There's a lot of tradition here, and that carries into this football game for Smithson Valley.
You said tradition, and I feel the culture for this squad is one where, I was trying to talk to the head coach of Smithson Valley. I wasn't able to. He was locked in. I had to talk to some of the assistant coaches from him, just because once you saw that coach, he just seemed ready. He seemed eager to get his team out on the field. And when you have your leader going and saying, boys, we're about to go into the war, I'm going to put my best foot forward to make sure that you guys have the utmost advantage to come out with a victory. Smithson Valley, they have the history, but like you said, different squad, new faces trying to repeat the same type of outcomes, but Brownsville veterans trying to do it for the first time and see if that's enough juice to really get them over the edge.
Charger fans making some noise as they played the school song, and we haven't even seen the arrival of the Smithson Valley team yet. Now we see one lone player come out here.
One lone ranger.
Yeah. They did one thing pre-game that I'd like to get some questions answered after this game's over, in which the players came out, went through some almost ritualistic kind of thing around the goalpost. Did a march around the goalpost. My wife's like, what are they doing down there? I'm like, that's tradition. Whatever they're doing there is something that is Smithson Valley. And so we'll get to that. But again, they're all businesslike. And Eric, frankly, it's a third week in a row that we know of that the Veterans Memorial Chargers are looked at as, you're the underdog. It happened at PSJA North. It happened last week against Miller. What can you do against all those athletes? You're never going to be able to shut down that high-powered offense. You're the underdog. Again, tonight, on paper, Brownsville Veterans is an underdog. I talked to Monty Stumbaugh. He's like, well, as a head coach, remember, Joe, I used to tell you, I could tell you what to do with that piece of paper. So let's not look at it as far as paper. Thank you. We're over 10,000 that are watching this thing live right now, and let's keep that rolling. But Eric, talk about it. Again, underdog, hey, that may not be such a bad thing to put on this Charger team.
You said the last 3 weeks this team was considered an underdog. I think that's how they want to be. We're talking about how consistency plays. They say, hey, you're going to want us against the ropes. You're saying that we have our backs against this wall. Well, let us show you the dog that we have. We are about to come out here and show you what the Chargers have and why we bleed red, white, and blue as this squad needing to really allow themselves an early jump. And I think that first quarter, once kickoff starts, the jitters are going to be in there for that first drive, and how you settle into this game is going to be tried and true. But I think the Chargers are going to come out here and shock us here tonight.
Smithson Valley also have been the underdogs. A couple of weeks ago, they were against College Station. Everybody thought College Station was going to run into a game against what everyone thought was going to be against PSJ North, but everyone expected College Station. And then Consolidated came into the mix. And Smithson Valley was like, we're an underdog again. And we're trailing 17-0. Well, they beat them. And here they come. Here come the Chargers out on the far side. Again, there's a good crowd over there in the middle of the stands. And so when they run past that, they're going to get some energy from that. But again, this Charger team, they don't mind being an underdog either.
No, and I think right now the crowds are still funneling in. I saw a lot of fans near the concession stand. You see a couple of them giving high fives to the players as they're running through that tunnel. And having that support, I think, for Smithson Valley is something they get to see, seeing their parents, seeing their grandparents, seeing the people that came before him and the reputation that you have to uphold. There's a lot of pressure on these teams. But the one thing Smithson Valley's coach said, this is just another game for us. I hope that's enough to really get them going and bring them up for this one. But you know that neither of these players needed any reason to wake up this morning.
No, and again, they may not have played in the big games, but they, as youngsters, were watching those big games when the players said Smithson Valley going to the state championship game. Didn't win one, but have certainly experienced winning the semifinals, which is where we're at tonight. 8 minutes before the kickoff. And Erica, again, let's break it down on the offensive side. You've got two teams that like to run the football more than pass it, like to control the tempo of the football game with long sustained drives. And as I talked to Monty Stumbaugh about that, he ran offenses like that. He's like, man, if I could keep a team off the field with my offense on the field, I felt I could get control. And so both teams are going to be looking to do that right out of the gate. And so some early possessions is going to be who may be able to dominate the line of scrimmage right out of the gate.
Well, that's the exact thing the coach for Brownsville Vets said. He said we need to be able to control ball as well as time of possession and allow ourselves to really continue on getting first downs at an effective rate. Because this squad cannot allow this team in white to come in to this stadium and put their mark as Smithson Valley, the Rangers, saddling up to take Brownsville Vets.
They make their way on the field. No tunnel. They just put a little banner up, and cheerleaders held it up, and the players ran over on the sideline. On the other side of the field, there awaits the entrance from this Charger team. Again, they're still lined up on the end zone over there, but Smithson Valley is already saddled up in 7 minutes before kickoff, and they're like, bring the captains out. Let's get this coin toss going, and let's get this thing going.
It's very Belichick-like. They're very Patriots in terms of all business, no play. Is this team going to have to come in here and really allow themselves to be just that? They're wearing white jersey here tonight. They're going to try to keep them clean, but I think you're going to have to get your hands dirty in the trenches to really win this one. As I was walking to the sidelines of both these squads, and the height and how big their front lines, both in the offensive and defensive end, is stammering. I'm 6'2". These players are still towering over me. And personally, I'm happy I'm in the booth tonight.
Yeah, I asked the coaches on the Brownsville veteran side, I was like, hey, what are we looking at as far as on this the Smithson Valley team size-wise comparative to what you've been against, PSG North? He goes, they're bigger than PSG North. And it's not that just there's a couple of them bigger, they're all bigger. And it's not like there's one huge man, but they're all big. Color guard on the field. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer. That's Eric Alexander. I'm Joe Bowling. This is the KBSD ITV YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Here's the PA announcer.
Veterans Memorial Sound Station under the direction of Vienna. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Alexander, national anthem having been played, and now those Chargers will make their way over to the tunnel and wait for the eruption of this fan base as they exit that tunnel.
You know, this team right now, I feel the energy from up here in the booth, and the one thing I want to make sure is that they don't try to overplay here tonight. You have to find a way to keep cool, calm, and collective, and I think this coach and staff for Brownsville Vets is doing exactly that. But this is where you want your tempers to fly. The passion is only 4 minutes away as official kickoff about to come in, says the Chargers getting ready to take the field. As the boys in red trying to see red and grab a victory.
Making the entrance here are the Chargers. Once again, we appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be. Share the link, share the link, share the link. We're 3 minutes to kickoff. They played the video there. I played that video on the intro. I kind of anticipated that the communication between us and the press box, and so that's why you saw that on the intro when we started our official broadcast here. Captains coming across for Brownsville Veterans. On the other side, Smithson Valley. Size-wise, they don't look comparatively huge, but number 74 is sitting over there for Smithson Valley. Certainly there's a presence. That's Will Mack. He's one of the offensive guards, a senior on this squad.
You know, having that senior ball club. You're saying how these teams are juniors and seniors, and you have that veteran experience. I was looking at the roster here for Brownsville Vets. I see a cluster of a couple freshmen, a majority of sophomores, and tons of juniors on this one. So they're going to have to use the veteran experience that they have for Brownsville to really lead them forward. We said who was going to be the moral leader for Smithson Valley. Said it's going to be everyone but Brownsville Vets. They said big play Mickey and big play Trillo are going to be two players to really look out for here tonight. As everybody is on their feet, we are a minute and 40 seconds away from official kickoff between Brownsville Vet and Smithson Valley.
Again, important to be the team that establishes control of this football game from the line perspective.
You know, Brownsville Vets choosing to get the ball here. This was something that I was thinking about. Do you want this now or do you want it at halftime? You know, this team, I believe, last week, they decided to defer. They got the ball at half, and they allowed themselves to really get on a good offensive tear. But Smithson Valley's defense is going to have to stand up as all the questions about who will take this game are about to be answered, as Brownsville Vets having the hopes of the 9-5-6 holding the torch for the Valley.
Clayton tees the football up for Smithson Valley, and the kickoff is underway, and the semifinals are here, and that kick sails past the end zone, out of the back, and so the Chargers will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, Chargers understanding that Smithson Valley does not want to allow themselves to get too many returns.
As the offense comes out on the field,
Senior
let's meet
Jose
the offensive
Sanchez,
line.
running back.
Junior Santiago Sanchez, O-line.
Junior Alvin Trevilian, fullback.
Senior Jesuit Garza, center.
Senior Gilbert Trillo, running back.
Storm Montoya, quarterback.
Junior Rafael Lara, offensive tackle.
Senior Israel Yanis, offensive tackle.
Senior Jerry Gomez, wide receiver.
Senior Matt Pinion, O-line.
Senior Latour, tight end.
First down play here for the Chargers is a running play, and that goes for very little. On a first down, they'll gain maybe a yard or two.
I like this play. You kind of just want to set yourself up, not allow yourself to do too much in the first play. That's just going to put their big toe into the water, get acclimated to what this defense is going to hold. And, you know, sometimes you're just going to want to test that line. Say, hey, it's going to be a battle up front. Hope you're ready to get dirty because the big boys are about to have some fun tonight.
Storm Montoya under center on a second down play. Hands it off. First man through is upended. Down he goes. That's a gain of maybe a yard. On a carry by Trevilian. Alvin Trevilian, he kind of was just, we said, going through the motions last week a lot. He never really broke it to a big game. 2 carries here, 3 yards netted. It's 3rd and 7.
You know, this late into playoffs, a lot of these players are battling injuries. And that's something that your running back, he has been tested all game.
3rd down play, they're going to throw. Chargers, rifle pass. That's caught. First down across to the 40-yard line.
Now, there are a lot of people saying Brownsville Vets doesn't like to pass the ball. Well, that right there is going to give him a big first down, number 10 there. And Jerry Gomez, the senior, pushing the chains on for the boys in red.
Instant replay showing you that the Chargers, good protection. That's where it started, and then Gomez reeling that in.
A big play here on first down. Momentum and potentially get some big yardage.
First down play, and it's a pitch out to the right side. Couple of yards there on a first carry by Gilbert Trio.
That's going to be a player you look at all night to really get going. Trio had that big hit late in that last game to jar that potential tying touchdown loose. They're going to really see to keep him all in the field all game long. And you see him wobbling off, limping a little bit. And that's a player you're hoping nothing's wrong with.
We'll say he's a big playmaker. Second down and 9 yards to go. They'll pitch it out to the left-hand side. That's going to be strung out and a loss on the play. Smithson Valley makes a tackle.
That defense just collapsed on them quickly. They did not bite on the initial handoff. As you know, Brownsville Vets, we see them love going to that C gap. They find a way to try to get around that edge, grab a block, but you have the size of this edge rush for Smithson Valley. Sometimes the best way to go is forward.
That was Barrett Lopez on the tackle, a senior. for this Smithson Valley team. It's a loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and 10. Chargers have completed their only pass of the football game. There's 9:19 and counting here in this first quarter. Pressure comes. Storm Montoya gets a pass deep downfield. It's going to be incomplete. 2 defenders there. Montoya, good job just to get that pass away.
Yeah, and a big hit there. We'll have one of the Smithson Valley's players shaking up on the play. And last thing we want is injuries early on in this game. We want to make sure everyone has their full firepower. To not have any what-ifs out here, because we're talking about how there's a ton of singers from Smithson Valley. They've watched previous teams go the distance and trying to do it themselves here on their last ride. But Brownsville Vets, big 4th down here, as they will just go for the punt.
4th and 10, punting team on the field for the Chargers. 2 men stand back for the Rangers about their 35-yard line. Rugby-style punt, it gets away. This is going to be a nice bounce for Brownsville veterans. Rolls dead at about the 26. And so for the first time, we will see the Smithson Valley offense, and that means let's meet the defense for this Charger team.
Sophomore, Andrew Quintero, defensive tackle.
Sophomore, Damian Rodriguez, defensive tackle. Sophomore, Tyson Rios, cornerback.
Junior, Eros Pineda, DB.
Senior, Jacob Rosas, linebacker.
Senior, Matt Maldonado, defensive end.
Senior, Miguel Silvera, defensive end.
Junior, Max Fernandez, linebacker.
Junior, Sergio Sosa, defensive back.
Junior, Michael Rodriguez, defensive back.
Senior, Jaime Martinez, middle linebacker.
First down for the Chargers. Their quarterback is Rylan Walker. Waits for the snap on a first down play. Shifts a man in motion to the right side. And on the first down play, they'll run it right. Chargers are there to shut that down. No gain on the play. A loss on the play.
And a great job here standing firm. The boys in red, the defense, they're energized. They're seeing them. Feel that they belong. And that's something that Coach Rem said here. Our team belongs here. We don't make it to this round by accident. And these players are having that type of confidence right now.
Bradley Sowersby had over a couple of 100 yards rushing last game. This time held to nothing. Loss of about a half a yard. It's 2nd down for Smithson Valley. 8:26 to go here and counting in this first quarter of play. Walker turns, hands it off. They'll run a sweep, and they got some room across the 30, 35, 40. Sideline to the 50, still on his feet. This is Freddie DeBose. DeBose brought down at the 35.
What an electric run here for the Rangers. Using a little trickery. But that's how you want the Bulls to come out here. Full head of steam, was not going to be dropped down easy. He's able to flip field position here.
DeBose signed with the University of Texas, my friends. And so he is you want to look about the prolific big-time type players? Well, there's one. And on his first carry there, he'll go for 45. 1st and 10 for Smithson Valley. Now in Brownsville Veterans territory. Walker turns, going to throw. Waits, pressured, runs, still looking downfield. Now going to turn it upfield. Gets to the 30-yard line, dives forward. He ends up gaining 7.
Nice hard hit defense. Go to lower the shoulder and make a big statement there. You don't mind them getting those runs early, but you have to put a lick on him to have that in the back of his head saying there's someone about to put some mustard on me, and I have to find a way to at least slide or get out of bounds.
Coming into the game, on a statistic perspective, Walker didn't have that many rushing yards, but when he did, it was effective. And so it's a 2nd down and call it 4 yards to go after a 6-yard gain. He appears to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage here on this 2nd down play. Fakes a pass, run it right side, down the sideline, and some room, and that's going to go to the house. Touchdown run, Bradley Sowersby.
Yeah, he took that edge, and he was gone. The acceleration there by Smithson Valley was just absolute dynamic as this team hit a punch on 6.
It's a 30-yard run. And Smithson Valley on top on the first drive here of the game. And looking for the extra point.
This was a big first drive. We're talking about these teams need to come out and get points. Smithson Valley doing exactly that, but now it's going to be Brownsville Vets. We're going to have to answer the call.
Kick is away, and it sails through. It's got a lot of wind is back there on that end zone. And it's a 7-0 game. The visitors have taken the lead. Still 6:55 to go here in this first quarter of play.
Still a lot of ball game for this offense. And, they're just getting going. The one positive you can see from that last offensive drive for Brownsville Vets is that first down. Being able to move the chains allows you to see that his offense can really get working and can really get going. You have to allow the creativity to come out in full effect. But we'll see how this team decides to dial it in. As Smithson Valley's defense looking to try to come out and stop the boys in red once again, as they're looking to potentially kick this one out of the end zone, not allow a return.
All teed up at the 40-yard line. Smithson Valley, first time with the football, and they score points. This will be the second time that Brownsville veterans will get their hands on the ball. Another deep kick, wind aided, sails through the end zone about 10 yards beyond. And so the Brownsville veterans offense will make their way back out onto the field here. First thing you want to see is Gilbert Trio back in the mix. He had one carry in that opening drive and went to the sidelines, appeared to be limping. And so we'll take a look offensively for this Charger team at one of their biggest weapons on the season. Montoya, the quarterback, is ready on a first down play. Runs the option, pitch it out, outside, and there's some room. Yeah, Trio's in the game. Look at this run, out to the 40.
When in doubt, Trio it out. Great run there by the man who has had his name on the marquee. I believe he was the face of RGB Magazine this past week. So, a lot of confidence for him. He's feeling himself. And we're talking about how he has to really come out and be dynamic for this squad. He's trying to have another big game here tonight.
Move the chains on a 15-yard carry by Trio. It's first down for Brownsville veterans. They'll run it this time in a hard run by Trevelyan. He'll take it out across the 45 to the 47.
This Brownsville team understands they have to go through that front line and push their way forward. But unfortunately, the running back coming out, before this game, I did see him limping on their sideline in warm-up. Hopefully it's nothing that's lingering as he's looking to come back into this game.
We spotted that he appeared to be limping a little bit last game against Corpus Christi Miller from the high side on the press box. Second down play for the Chargers, and it's a pitch out. Smithson Valley there. That's not going to get anything. It may be a loss of a half a yard. Trio on the carry. He was met quickly. Loss of one.
The bands are starting to get into it, trying to energize this team forward as the Chargers trying to put the battery on their back. But third down, you saw them go to the air last drive and be able to pick it up off, I believe, a reception by Gomez, number 10, as the sophomore looking to continue on and giving this team some good looks.
Third down and 4 for the Chargers. They'll race up to the line of scrimmage. On a third down play, they'll pitch it to the short side of the field. Smithson Valley is there, and they'll take it down on a nice tackle made that time. Coming over is Owen Hack. The defensive end, senior, makes that stop.
That's one where this team's starting to become a little predictable. You see them trying to pitch it to the outside. They do not want to go through the gates of Smithson Valley. But it's starting to get a bit to where this defense is starting to understand when it's coming. Yes, you still have to stop it, but Brownsville Vets, what allowed them to come back in that fourth quarter last week against Miller was the ability to really get things going at an unpredictable level where Miller did not know where they were going.
This is a returnable punt for the Rangers. They'll take it to the midfield stripe. Nice return that time by P.K. Moeller, listed as a junior. Caught that with a head of steam and takes it out to the 50. Short field to work with for Smithson Valley. Already up in this game, 7-0, 4:31 to go in the first quarter. Second time they'll touch the football.
This is a big stop here for this defense. They can't allow this team to go up by 2 scores in the first quarter. This team needs to really stand on business the way they did last week. As it's a huge test as Trillo in that safety position. Going to try to see if he can keep the skies clear.
Walker is ready on a first down play. Sees some pressure coming from the right side. Throws that way. Completes a pass. And here comes DeBose. Wrapped up, but not before he gains 10.
Good first down. Screen pass to try and get him involved quickly, knowing that they have to get the ball into their hands of their playmakers. And this squad going to look to ride him all night.
Enough for a first down. Move the chains for Smithson Valley. And their offense was on the field first time down, drove it down, scored They have 81 yards of offense thus far here in the first quarter. Coming up on 8 minutes played. Walker on a second down, or checking a first down play. Gonna throw again. Has time, finds a man, crossing pattern down to about the 25, still on his feet, fighting for some extra yards is Cole Friend.
Another great pass here by Smithson Valley. Double slants. They used number 2 as a decoy. You saw him going up. It was actually open, but decided to get the back man. He was able to give a good block there to allow himself some extra yardage. But first down again here for the Rangers. They're starting to pile up yards in a big way. Brownsville Vets need a big stop.
Coaches get that to play in, and we're ready for Smithson Valley. First down play for Walker. On a long count, takes it, turns, wants to throw, hands off instead on a delay. Up the middle into the 20-yard line. Red zone possession coming up for Smithson Valley on that carry, just right up the middle.
You saw the front line almost be called there with the false start on the defense. That's the last thing you want to do is give this squad yards without really earning it. That's Smithson Valley continuing to have a good head of steam, but Brownsville Vets trying to buckle down here on a big play.
Sowers beyond that carry, gained 5. Second down for Smithson Valley. They'll hand it off again, try to bounce it to the outside. Chargers are there and shut it down for a loss of a yard.
Great job, able to step up there. We'll bring up third, but we know the Smithson Valley's kicker. He has a leg on him. His team is not going to give up too many points. If they're in his range, they're going to go to him. So Brownsville Vets, they need a big stop here just to give up 3 or potentially a sack to make it a little harder on this kicker.
Charger defense stands in. Walker is ready, has him set. Wide receiver wide left. There's DeBose out to the right side on the short side of the field. Another receiver. Looks like penalty on this play. Free play. Go to DeBose. It's nearly picked off. Incomplete. I think it was a free play. We'll take a look at the penalty.
Yeah, free play there is going to be one where if the interception happened, it wouldn't have mattered, but still looking for the official rule here as this may give a first down here at Smithson Valley.
Well, it was 3rd and 8, so it wouldn't be an automatic first down. It'd be 5 yards, though. It'd be 3rd and short, certainly, to the call. Can't quite hear the official, but it is an offsides call, 5-yard penalty. So still 3rd down, 3rd and 4 now, though, for Smithson Valley. They showed pass there. A lot of options here with the football just outside the 17-yard line of Brownsville Veterans.
See the trips formation here, Duvernay at the very end.
Walker ready, man in motion. It's a pitch and a run there, and there's going to be some yards down inside the 5-yard line, down near the end zone. He may be in. Touchdown.
And the Rangers put themselves up with another 6 points. That's going to lead us from 13 off another one on the ground.
Frond on the carry. On the inside sweep. And Smithson Valley jumps out to a 13-0 lead here in this one on a 17-yard carry by Front.
Looks like we may have a timeout here.
Timeout on the field as they head to the sidelines. We talked about not falling behind. Chargers down to 13, soon to be 14-point hole, pending the extra point. But 2 possessions for Smithson Valley and Eric Alexander. 2 possessions in which they move the ball at will.
That's kind of been the key word there. This team's defense for Brownsville Vets, they've stayed strong. They've been able to stop some of the rushes, but it's one of those where you're trying to bend and not break, but the run game has just been so powerful from these boys in white.
Extra point is away, and it is good. Almost missed that. 14-0 is your score. Smithson Valley on top, and Brownsville Veterans will get it for a 3rd time here in the first quarter. And now you start asking the questions, Eric. You move the ball. You got a couple of first downs, but you've been outgained 127-38. The offense can't afford to do what they did last week, and that is wait till the second half to get things going.
You don't want to be able to have your back against the wall that much. We said they were underdogs, but you're talking about an underdog. I think they're under the bus, and they're still underdogs if they go down by 28 again. But Brownsville Vets, You can't count this team out whatsoever. A score here could really turn things around, as this team for the Chargers just need to keep their head up high and know it's going to be a dogfight. You have to show some thanks.
Chargers tee it up. Again, that is Clayton Amaya, the senior kicker. He's put two, not just into the end zone, over the end zone, but 10 yards past the end zone on the previous two kickoffs, and he's ready to go here. Sends this one again. No return, no chance. Chargers are going to get the football. That guy didn't even retrieve the ball. He had a couple sitting there, and he heads back to the side like, you want me to go get that thing? Somebody else go get that football.
I think he hit into the stands his last field goal. So good on him. They're trying to catch that one. But Brownsville Vets will start off at their 25. One like going to stay on the ground. We'll have to see how the air raid starts to really come out.
Trevelyan is back into the game. On our first down play, they'll pitch it left side and have some room. Take on a tackler out across the 30. That's a 6-yard gain.
We've seen this team start drives just like this. They have to continue sticking to the letter. You can't allow for the defensive coordinator for Smithson Valley to start reading the formation, understanding where they're going to be going. And this team, they've been going in trips, strong side. And I really feel that it's going to be one of those games where the second half adjustments are going to be one of the most apparent. But Brownsville Vets need a big play here.
That was Trio on the carry. Give him credit of a 7-yard gain. Second down, and they'll run it up the middle. That should be enough for a first down for the Chargers on a carry by Trevelyan.
And the speed of this defense, they close out those gaps so quickly. And we're talking about some of the speeds here for Brownsville Vets just being deterred and just put down quickly as big first down, needing to grab themselves some more yardage as the Rangers trying to continue playing on some smart defense.
First down play for the Chargers. They'll run it this time off right tackle, get it to the 40. That's about a 1-yard gain. Trevelyan on the carry. Now his 5th carry of the evening. Just 14 yards. Second down and 8 coming up.
I feel for Brownsville Vets, you have to start going to the air a bit. You're getting this team being too comfortable where they're allowing that front line just to blitz out and in. You have to find a way to keep them consistent as well as back in the mix.
Second down play. Montoya hands it off. That stood up. Little to no gain as they get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's not keeping this defense honest. They know that 80% of the plays that Brownsville Vets likes to call are all on the ground. So when you get to third down in round 7, it makes things harder because they're just going to be sitting in that cover 3, cover 4, to where you have nowhere to really put the ball in. But it's going to be a big play here by the quarterback of Brownsville Vets trying to thread the needle.
Third down play coming up for the Chargers. Montoya throws it. He overshoots his man. Looking in the direction of Nick Tovar. Stops the clock with 31 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. And Brownsville Veterans facing a 3rd and 7. Bring the punt team out.
They just haven't been able to really get past their 50. And it's kind of where this offense starts to stagger off. And they may have to try to change things up on their next drive. And one thing this defense has to do, you have to keep them in here and stop them. You can't go down 21 here in the first half.
2 men back to return the punt for the Rangers. Again, they should get good field position out of this. Charger punter gets a high snap, gets the punt away. This is returnable for the Rangers out across the 50 into Charger territory, spinning to the 30, still on his feet to the 25, down to the 20, still on his feet to the 15, over into the 10-yard line.
A full head of steam, and he wasn't going to be stopped. What a return there by the Rangers, as that's going to give them some big momentum here on the side of Brownsville Vets.
That's Barrett. We'll check that. That's Diego Davila on that punt return. And a red zone possession coming up instantly for Smithson Valley, already up in this ball game by the score of 14-0. And the offense now, if last time was a short field possession, how about the 9-yard line to start a drive? First down play. Running play, and that goes little to nothing for Sowersby. Right now you're looking at the Brownsville Veterans defense saying, hey, we need something big.
Yeah, it looks like one of their players is getting up a little slowly as we will have the trainers come onto the field.
Looks like Sowersby. That is the end of the first quarter of play. Brownsville Veterans trailing Smithson Valley 14-0 in this 5A semifinal game played here at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm Joe Bowling. That's Eric Alexander. Thanks for those that are tuning in. What's our number at now? 28,000 fans tuning in on the KBSD YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Again, pass the word off by sharing the link on social media. Wherever you're watching this game, just reach down and use your social media tools and share the link so that other fans know where this game is being carried. To watch it. Second quarter coming up. Smithson Valley again is in a red zone possession. And a big chance here to tack on to their 14-point lead.
Yeah, you're seeing Smith Valley, one of their players still walking off. And unfortunately, you can't see the number from up here, but this offense, they can't afford to really lose anyone on this side.
Looked like Sowersby went up. The tailback that already has a touchdown run this evening. Here come the Rangers. Second down. It's goal to goal, but the football is at the 8-yard line. This Charger front four is going to have to stand up big here. Second down play for Walker. Sends a man in motion. It's the jet sweep as they get it to Frund again. Frund turns a corner, and he's in the end zone for a second time.
He's having a game here tonight. They continue calling his number, and he's answering the phone on the first ring as Smith Valley Rangers put another touchdown onto the board.
First play of the second quarter turns into a 20-0 lead now for Smithson Valley. Extra point for the Rangers out of the hold of Frund. This is into the wind. And the kick is away, and it has plenty of leg and is good. The extra point by Kate Dornberg. And it's a 21-0 lead. Smithson Valley on top.
I think the way this game is currently going, you kind of have to get out of your game plan a little bit for Brownsville Vets, especially in the first half. You're a running team. You're known as a running team. But you might have to change that narrative here and have to rely on the arm of your quarterback to bring yourself back. When they did that in the fourth quarter last week, Storm Montoya looked like Tony Montaña as he just continued trying to give his team that extra edge. That killer mindset is going to have to come out in full effect. He's trying to lead this team forward.
Crowd on the sideline trying to pump up this team. And maybe the special teams can create some magic. This time the kicker will have to kick this into the wind. It's coming directly out of that south end zone. He's kicking into the face of the wind from the 40. Tees it up, booms it away. This is returnable. Chargers from the 5. Bring it to the middle of the field at 15, and that's it. Big hit delivered there. Is coming over is Cannon Day. He had some help as Day got there. So did Colton Hornsby. Hornsby, one of the rare sophomores to be mentioned on this team. But here's this offense for the Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers. And yes, they had a couple of first downs in this ball game, but they need a big drive here, down 21-0.
And a flag coming out. See who this is against.
It's going to be against the Chargers.
We're looking at the current field position. You kind of tell yourself, maybe I should just let that ball go out. Start at 25. Now you see yourself backed up here near the 7. That's a long way to go down the field, 93 yards. We'll see if the Chargers can mount a big drive here for themselves in the second quarter.
Smithson Valley, meanwhile, pinning their ears back on the defensive end, trying to make a big play, and they'll shut that first down run down.
we've seen this team continue going to the ground on first down, and they have to start changing things up. I know you don't want to throw your script out. You have to try to find ways to change things up because it's starting to become some predictable play calling here. Brownsville Vets.
2nd and 9 for Montoya. Hands it off, and that's going to be Trevelyan. He'll get it out across the 10. That's good enough for a couple-yard gain, but still 3rd and long coming up, just like that.
Good job there by the running back. He's going to continue looking on tonight to get this team on the up and up. But you're down 21-0. You don't have time to really lollygag. You have to get big yards quickly. And in a game where you still have 2.5 quarters to play, this is the moment where you have to make the change and not wait until after halftime.
Montoya relays the play to his troops, and here comes the offense onto the field for this 3rd down play. Got to get it across the 17 to get a 1st down. On 3rd down, Montoya rolls out to throw, fires a pass, tip, picked off. Rangers get it at the 20-yard line on the turnover.
And a tip drill there off the hands of the intended receiver. As the pass just a little too high, but a great awareness here by the defense of Smithson Valley. They're going to give the ball near the 25-yard line.
See here on the replay on the split screen, the right side. It's a timing pattern, and the pass a little high. And Smithson Valley there to make the play, and now the Rangers with another short field to work with. We go back. A possession ago, it was at the inside the 10. Prior to that, at the 50. Now they start a drive at the 19, a red zone possession on first snap of the drive for the Rangers, already up in this ball game, 21-0. Walker's ready, turns, hands it off, and a good surge into the second level there, down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal coming up.
What a job here. This is going to allow the clock to run. And Smithson Valley, all you have to do is just allow for yourself to control play of game. And the clock is going to be your biggest ally here tonight as you're going to try to weather that down and let Brownsville Vet look at a ticking time bomb potentially, as they're going to have too much time to really get back in it. We'll be 1st and 8.
Ball carrier that time was Daniel De Hoyos, a junior for Smithson Valley. Single back in the backfield here on this 1st down play. We go under 10 to go in this 1st half. DeBose comes in motion. Right to left, they'll blow the play dead. Smithson Valley calls a timeout.
This team didn't like what they were seeing. Going to try to talk it over here. No, Brownsville Vets, I feel as they play some of their best football on this end of the field with their back against the end zone. And, it kind of allows yourself to shorten things up, allow for your players to cover more of the zone. But the speed by Smithson Valley is becoming one of the biggest hindrances here. As Brownsville Vets, we know they have speedsters, but they're looking like everyone else right now. They have to find a way to really boost that acceleration. But in a game where all the training's done and all the results we put on, you have to find a way to really dig deep and look for something different.
146 yards of offense so far by Smithson Valley. Now that number doesn't scare you too much, but again, you're operating on such short field possessions that it doesn't take long. You don't have far to go. And every drive has produced points thus far for this Smithson Valley team. Walker, the quarterback, is ready on a 1st down play after the timeout. A lot of noise being made, turns, hands it off. They'll run it right side. Good surge. They'll get to the goal line and get it in. Touchdown, Rangers.
And the Rangers continue to pile it up here in the 1st half of action. And they have looked dominant here tonight as Brownsville Vets going to have to make a big stand. But if you give them anything, you're saying, hey, you can handle 28 points to come back. I don't know if you'll be able to handle if this team scores once again, but Brownsville Vets, you're an underdog. You have a Cinderella story. I'll try to write a fairy tale ending.
4th rushing touchdown of the ball game for Smithson Valley, and 4th extra point is through the uprights. It's 28-0 here as Brownsville veterans will get their hands on the football one more time here. 28-0 ball game after the extra point.
Now we have to see if this team's going to go for the return, especially how it went last time. This team needing to put themselves in better field position. As we do see a switch here, the ball did go to where Trillo is currently standing. So trying to switch with Maddox Bond, the freshman, as he wants this return for himself.
28-0 ball game. Chargers still have the ability to win this football game, but they're going to have to really get after it. They need to produce points here on this drive. Teeing the ball up once again is Clayton Amaya. He's been a busy man.
Looks like the wind's going to stall this game a bit. They may have someone come and hold this down for him. And yeah, that's what they're going to do.
You can hear that wind affecting the microphone out there. And I stood out there as they were coming onto the field early this evening. And that wind was something that took note. Kickoff is away. Shorter kick this time. Chargers come up to the 10, field it there, bring it out to the 15. Hit is made there, but a man gets away. That's Trio. Trio still on his feet. Gets it out across the 25 to the 29-yard line.
And you have to love it. Trillo, originally on the left side, decided to switch with the freshman and Bond, and this is why he wanted the ball in his hand. He said, hey, nothing against you, but this is my senior year. I want to put my name onto this game myself.
Trio brings a little energy, took that ball out to the 30-yard line. So once again, the Chargers offense is asked to try to settle things down here and put points on the board. Running play is Trevelyan. He'll be tripped up, fell across the 30, gain maybe one on his. For Trevelyan, that'll be his 8th carry of the game for 18 yards. Trio, 6 carries, 25 yards.
They're containing the run game, and that's kind of the bread and butter for Brownsville Vets. It's kind of how this offense loves to operate, but it may be out of their comfort level here, but when you're in the state semifinals, you have to find a way to break the cocoon and grow.
Second down play, they'll run it. This time Smithson Valley right there, and they'll shut it down once again. We're going to have to start saying some of these names of these big linemen up front. Dallas Clark that time was in there to make a stop. Linebacker also that we were told to watch for, Jackson Maynard, was also there to help on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 9 for Brownsville veterans. And I've said it over the years, you take a team that is pretty much one-dimensional and you turn them against that strong dimension into a one-dimensional team, you can create some havoc. Defense pinning their ears back here on 3rd down. Montoya needs every bit of 9. Pressure coming. Steps up. Gets away from a tackler. Now on the run. He's got a 1st down. Slides across the 43.
He is so good with his legs. Remember last week, he kept the play alive to potentially go down to get the game winner. Unfortunately, Storm Montoya, he is limping a bit, but this is one you have to tell your body, hey, I need you. Just be quiet for the next 42 minutes of action as his Charger team trying to charge forward.
New set of downs. 1st down for the Chargers across the 43 to the 44-yard line. Montoya now under center on a 1st down play. Turns, going to throw again. Waits, has time this time. Delivers a deep ball deep downfield in traffic, and that is incomplete.
Thank God there if you're a Brownsville Vets fan. As unfortunately there, the corner will be getting up slowly, and at this team he may have tripped himself up a bit, but that's a dangerous throw into double coverage. You have to be a little smarter than that if you're Montoya, but he's trying to feed it in there. He has the arm to do so. You can't give away free plays to this defense.
That was P.K. Moeller back there, the safety for Smithson Valley. He really came up with what would have been the 2nd interception of the evening for the Rangers. 2nd and 10. Montoya going to keep it this time. A hit will not gain yards. He'll lose a yard on that one.
You know, a big person that's been creating havoc is the number 99, Justin Roberts. The sophomore has found a way to try to ragdoll this offensive line for Brownsville Vets, and they may have to start to double him there, but that does allow for that linebacker to have a clear shot either through the A or B gap, and that's what we've been calling a couple sacks here.
Nicholas Dudzikowski on the stop on that 2nd down play. It brings up 3rd and long for the Chargers. 18 carries, 56 yards as a team for Brownsville veterans. Third down here, Montoya sees pressure coming. Hit, down he goes on a sack.
And a big play in the backfield will push this Chargers to around the 34-yard line. As that will bring out the punt team. That's Smithson Valley Rangers looking to have another return here and get their offense on the field.
That was Hudson Woods that comes in to finish this play off. On the instant replay, you're going to see the pressure coming early on from the Rangers. We wait for the punt. We're just going to go ahead and take it back. Punt time, and away it goes. Rangers going to return it out across the 30 to the far side of the field, the 35 to about the 39. There's a penalty that comes in late.
That was after the hit. I don't know if it was away from the play. We're going to have to see what the officials call here. But for Brownsville Vets, you're hoping this goes to Smithson Valley.
6:21 remaining here in this second quarter of play. Smithson Valley has had the football 4 times, has scored 4 touchdowns, all of them running the ball. That penalty will be against Smithson Valley. So for the first time in a while, their offense will start a drive in their own territory. This one back at the 30. But Eric Alexander, there hasn't been much indication that this offense has been I won't say stopped, has been slowed. It's a fast pace, and they're doing whatever they want.
With the amount of time left, there's still potentially 2 drives. So this squad's still looking to continue on.
First down play, they'll pass it out to the flats. It's caught there in the secondary. Down to the 40-yard line. That's a 10-yard pitch and catch to Cole Frund.
Yeah, Cole Frund has really been a highlight for this Smithson Valley squad. Has been targeted countless times, so elusive, knows how to get off the first tackle and continue upfield. His team has had the luxury of using him all night tonight. He has to continue being a focal point for Brownsville Vets. Looking for a big stop here on first down.
Second catch of the night for 27 receiving yards for Frund. Walker now 3 of 3 in the passing game for 37 yards. Slings a pass out here to DeBose. DeBose makes a man miss. Takes off down the sidelines of the 50 to the 40. First down on a 20-yard gain on the catch by Freddie DeBose.
And you just bounce off that first tackle. You just sing it again. There's a reason he signed to UT. And, that should tell you, UT right now and the CFL playoffs, and this is kind of where you just need to continue finding ways to make your team as lucrative as possible in the offensive end. He's just continue being the dynamic player that he is.
Charger defense over there looking at the sideline, and now they're looking at this Ranger offense, and before the next snap of the ball, we have a timeout on the field. 5:45 remaining here in the first half in Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas. And I said there wasn't a bunch of them. There's a bunch more than there was a while ago, as this Ranger fan base arrived late, but certainly look up the scoreboard and are happy with what they see.
This is what we're saying. There are a lot of fans still on the side of this building, on the side of the stadium. It's a packed house tonight, especially here on the Brownsville Vet side. So many fans coming in here to charge on for the Chargers here tonight. But Smithson Valley has had that number. They're trying to get their team a big win here in Corpus Christi to move on to the state finals. But Brownsville Vets down but not out. Still have a ton of football to be played.
Smithson Valley thus far in the game with 185 yards of total offense, 128 on the ground, 57 through the air.
This game's gone by pretty quick so far. And the fact that we're already halfway through the second quarter and about to hit halftime, Brownsville Vets has to turn it on.
First down play here. Walker sees something he likes, changes the play. Turns, hands the ball off. They'll run it right side. Patient run this time, and they'll get across the Charger 35. Like a helmet came off down there about the 33-yard line on the carry by Daniel De Hoya.
Yeah, De Hoya will have to go off the field since he may have been hit there. You see him holding his head, and hopefully he's okay. But Smithson Valley have to continue on the offense without him.
Already we saw Sowersby leave. Another back in the backfield now on this second down play. for Ryland Walker. Slings a pass left side. It's DeBose again. Isolated. Got a first down as he takes it to the 25. That's good enough for a 9-yard catch. DeBose now on 3 receiving plays, has 39 yards.
Very, very efficient with what they've given him. They're going to continue trying to feed him, get him the ball in his hands as quickly as possible. Such an elusive player, and he's going to continue trying to run the scoreboard. But when we're looking at potential players, Kofran is one of those players that you didn't think would come up. He's been a huge factor.
He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Fake by Walker, handed off, and this will get near the 21-yard line. Look like this time, take a look at the number on that. Look like a 19. They don't have a 19. They have an 18, though, and that is Cade Spradling, listed as an athlete on the roster, ends up gaining 4.
It shows you the versatility that this Ranger team has. I always love seeing that athlete next to
De Hoya now, 6 carries, 37 yards, and Smithson Valley with 215 yards of offense here in the first half, dominating on the scoreboard and statistically as well.
and just been such a methodical play here for Smithson Valley. They're not coming out getting big yardage. They're keeping themselves honest, keeping things on the ground, and making this front line work for Brownsville Vets. And that's just been the big key factor is that front line.
First down play here. Walker turns, hands it off to Hoya. De Hoya in the end zone, touchdown.
And he kind of just slithered in there, almost untouched. That's going to push this one on even further as Brownsville Vets 2-18 as their offense need to get a score before they go back into the locker room.
Second touchdown of the ball game for Daniel De Hoya. 7 carries, 41 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He now has matched Cole Frund with 2 touchdowns each here in the first half. And this Smithson Valley team has been letter perfect. Extra point is up and also good. Camera operator wasn't quite on that. He was trying to get the crowd. It's a 35-0 ball game.
Yeah, we're in a point of no return. Now for Brownsville Vets, the first half has not been what they were hoping for. As no, it's not over till it's over here, Joe. There's no reason for this team to really come out here and put their heads down. They knew it was going to be a tough fight for themselves, but they didn't think they'll be down like this.
You look at it, offense has generated 60 yards so far in the first half for Brownsville Veterans as the ball's teed up here for Smithson Valley. And the busiest guy in the park has been Clayton Amaya. Ready to kick off again. Started with the opening kickoff. 5 touchdowns later, he kicks it again. Shorter kick this time. Chargers come up inside the 20. Looking for a seam. It's Trio. Trio bounces it outside. Wrapped up and thrown down at about the 28.
You saw the strength there. Got him with one arm and kind of used his own momentum against him. Looked like a bull rider and trying to get a bull down. Just use his momentum, push them over, and that's going to stop this ball near the 30-yard line. We'll bring out the offense, who are desperate for some points.
Montoya in the game, 1 of 5 passing, 12 yards. He's been picked once as well. So if you're looking at through the air, Chargers not much there. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Montoya turns, hands it off. It's Trevelyan. He'll get it across the 30. Then he's met by 4 guys in white jerseys. First guy was Owen Hack. Hack also had help as Nicholas Dudzikowski was there. And again, it was just everybody meet at the ball carrier. Forward progress for Trevelyan gets him 4.
That's a player that's going to be battling through injuries here today. We've seen him limp off the field, does it again there. And that was a tough gang tackle on him. And this team needing every piece of their offense to stay in this one.
2nd down and call it 7 yards to go for the Chargers. Montoya hands the ball. No, he keeps it on a read. He's going to be hit. He's going to be wrapped up. And he's going to be hurled to the ground by 2 defenders right in front of the official. No flag. That's just a physical tackle on Montoya.
Yeah, you see the crowd not liking that one. They're trying to protect the quarterback here. But unfortunately, it's a game of football, Joe. Sometimes you don't like the way it looks, but as long as it's legal in between the lines, can't really complain. But Brownsville.
Forward progress. Go ahead. Forward progress for Montoya was back, only a loss of about a half yard on the play. But he was thrown backwards all the way back around the 20. That's 7 yards from where the current line of scrimmage is as a timeout is called.
Looks like the boys in red are going to talk this one over here with, I believe, 37 seconds to go in this game. But before halftime, you don't have a lot of time really to put yourself back on the up and up. 3rd down. It's kind of where you say, do we go for the play or we take it to halftime? But the Rangers still have 1 timeout to go, so they can potentially stop the clock and have maybe 10 seconds left with it.
In the passing game, an interception thrown by Montoya. Another near pick also lofted in the air.
Even with those interceptions, you can't be gun shy. You have to pull the trigger, and I think you're going to have to start relying on that senior's arm. The run game is not going to get you to the promised land with the amount of time that you have. I understand you want to play safe. You want to play conservative. You don't want to allow for too many turnovers. But what you're doing right now is not working. If you don't change things, 35-0 might double in the second half.
Charger offense on the field. Out to the short side on the left. Wide receiver is Jerry Gomez. Montoya pitches it. It's Trio. Trio takes it upfield. Trio on his feet, hit hard. Got near 1st down yardage. It's going to be about a yard short. And he got out of bounds. So 26 seconds to go and decision time now for Brownsville veterans.
Well, the clock continues to run here.
Oh, they're going to run it. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they may just let this one expire. Maybe call a play at the 1 second to not allow for Smithson Valley to have any more time. But
looking further ahead, Smithson Valley will get the ball to start the second half. Chargers are going to run one more play. It's a carry for near 1st down yardage, but we have hit the halftime break. And a game that Smithson Valley leads it by the score of 35-0 as they head to the sidelines. Brownsville veteran faithful making some noise, trying to get their players energized. They're going to first half dominated by Smithson Valley. They lead 35-0.
You know, in a game where things aren't going your way, this halftime speech is going to have to really drive the Chargers forward and find a way to put a battery on their back, as they need everything to really get themselves into this game. It's 35-0. You get able to talk for 24 minutes into that locker room. You're on the road. You're in neutral territory. And it's all or nothing here for the Chargers.
Halftime break. Both bands are in attendance, and so we'll keep things rolling for you to enjoy. And the first band to hit the field
Smithson Valley High School Ranger Marching Band.
is Smithson Valley.
Ranger Band is under the field leadership of drum major Ray Carter, Aiden Kellner, and William McBrayer.
They both agreed to go with a shorter halftime.
Maybe 4 minutes less.
Yeah. What with the 26-minute. So these bands have to literally run on the field.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be facing away while we're waiting for continued halftime. The home team band gets out there when the Chargers band is on them. We'll see if we can put our cameras on it. Here's highlights from the first half. 3rd and 7.
You know, it's late into playoffs. A lot of these players are battling injuries, and that's something that your running back, he has been tested all game.
3rd down play. They're going to throw. Chargers rifle the pass. That's caught. 1st down across to the 40-yard line.
Limping a little bit. That's a player you're hoping nothing's wrong with.
We'll say he's a big playmaker. 2nd down and 9 yards to go. They'll pitch it out to the left-hand side. That's going to be strung out and loss on the play. Smithson Valley makes a tackle. Waits for the snap on a 1st down play. Shifts the man in motion to the right side. And on the 1st down play, they'll run it right. Chargers are there to shut that down. No gain on the play. A loss on the play. Smithson Valley, 8:26 to go here and counting in this first quarter of play. Walker turns, hands it off. They'll run a sweep, and they got some room across the 30, 35, 40, sideline to the 50, still on his feet. This is Freddie DeBose. DeBose brought down to the 35 on this 2nd down play. Fakes a pass, run it right side, down the sideline, and some room, and that's going to go to the house. Touchdown run, Bradley Sowersby on the season. Montoya, the quarterback, is ready on a 1st down play. Runs the option, pitch it out, outside, and there's some room. Yeah, Trio's in the game. Look at this run, out to the 40.
Just to really come out and be dynamic for this squad. Let's try and have another big game here tonight.
Move the chains on a 15-yard carry by Trio. It's 1st down for Brownsville veterans. They'll run it this time in a hard run by Trevelyan. He'll take it out across the 45 to the 47. Walker is ready on a 1st down play. Sees some pressure coming from the right side. Throws that way. Completes a pass. And here comes DeBose. Wrapped up, but not before he gains 10.
Good 1st down.
Gonna throw again. Has time. Finds a man crossing pattern. Down to about the 25. Still on his feet. Fighting for some extra yards is Cole Friend.
At the very end.
Walker ready. Man in motion. It's a pitch and a run there. And there's going to be some yards down inside the 5-yard line, down near the end zone. He may be in. This is returnable for the Rangers out across the 50 into Charger territory. Spinning to the 30, still on his feet to the 25, down to the 20, still on his feet to the 15, over into the 10-yard line. Walker sends a man in motion. It's the jet sweep as they get it to Frund again. Frund turns a corner, and he's in the end zone for a 2nd time.
He's having
for this 3rd down play. Got to get it across the 17 to get a 1st down. On 3rd down, Montoya rolls out the throw, fires a pass, tip, picked off. Rangers get it at the 20-yard line on the turnover. The drive for the Rangers already up in this ball game, 21-0. Walker's ready, turns, hands it off, and a good surge into the 2nd level there, down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal coming up. Walker, the quarterback, is ready on a 1st down play after the timeout. A lot of noise being made. Turns, hands it off. They'll run it right side. Good surge. They'll get to the goal line and get it in. Touchdown, Rangers. Quarter kick this time. Chargers come up to the 10, field it there, bring it out to the 15. Hit is made there, but a man gets away. That's Trio. Trio still on his feet. Gets it out across the 25 to the 29-yard line. Pinning the rears back here on 3rd down. Montoya needs every bit of 9. Pressure coming. Steps up. Gets away from a tackler. Now on the run. He's got a 1st down. Slides across the 43. On that 2nd down play, it brings up 3rd and long for the Chargers. 18 carries, 56 yards as a team for Brownsville veterans. Third down here, Montoya sees pressure coming. Hit, down he goes on a sack.
On the ground and making this front line work, Brownsville Vets. And that's just been the big key factor is that front line.
First down play here. Walker turns, hands it off to Hoya. De Hoya in the end zone, touchdown.
And he kind of just slithered in there.
3rd and 7.
You know, it lists late.
Again, dominated by this Smithson Valley team as the Smithson Valley Ranger Marching Band continues to perform out on the field. Thanks again for tuning in here from Buccaneer Stadium. Those watching on the BISD YouTube channel, thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. Share the link, pass it on to other fans. Anyone watching it anywhere else on our feed, strictly against the rules. So if you are helping push views on another platform, now you're just assisting in the fact that the UIL has been trying to do it for 7 years, has been trying to take control of the rights. This is why they try to come in and say pay-per-view only. It's for parties that come in and take feeds and place them on their own social media. In this case, KBISD was awarded the ability to broadcast this to allow students to get a feel for operating cameras and being part of a live broadcast, an educational broadcast, if you will, free to the public. And then again, you have entities that come in and literally take the feed, place it on their own social media platforms. It's totally against the rules. And so if you are watching it there, I encourage you, go to the YouTube channel of where the rights were allowed, and that is through Brownsville ISD, the BISD YouTube channel. Again, Smithson Valley Band out there. I want to take a look at some of the first half statistics here in this ball game. And again, the first thing you want to look at is the fact that on a yardage perspective, Smithson Valley with on the ground, 17 carries, 153 yards as a team, averaging 9 yards a carry, 5 rushing touchdowns. And the passing game, 5 of 5 through the air for 66 yards, a total of 219 yards in the first half, 70 yards score or total offense for the Brownsville Veterans Chargers. Charger offense, Storm Montoya, 1 of 5 in the passing game for 12 yards. Trevelyan, 10 carries, 20 yards. Gilbert Trio, 8 carries, 35 yards. A lone catch by Jerry Gomez. That resulted in a 12-yard catch. But now let's look at this Smithson Valley offense, where, again, it was Ryland Walker, 5 of 5 for 66 yards. He completed passes to 2 different receivers. Leading receiver was Freddie DuBose, who had 3 catches for 39 yards. Cole Frund with a couple of catches for 27 yards. And then in the running game, 6 different players toted the football for Smithson Valley in the first half. Bradley Sowersby, 5 carries, 32 yards. He exited the game, didn't return once he went off, appeared to be injured. Kate Spradling had a carry for 4 yards. Sowersby, when he was in the game, did carry it for 30 yards for a touchdown. Rylan Walker with a carry for 6 yards. Fred DuBose had 1 carry for 45 yards. Cole Frun, 2 carries, 25 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Daniel De Hoya in the first half leads the way for Smithson Valley with 7 carries, 41 yards, averaging nearly 6 yards per carry, and also 2 touchdowns in the first half of play. Again, we're waiting for the two teams to arrive back on the field, but right now the marching band for the Chargers and their dance team is making their way out. So we'll take a look at
the Ranger Band would like to thank our Ranger and Platinum sponsors, Lone Star Heart and Vascular, Text Door,
the Charger marching band
Wilson Roofing, and Todd
here at halftime.
The voice of the Ranger Band has been Jared Houchin. We hope you enjoyed today's performance. Let's hear it one more time for your Smithson Valley Ranger Marching Band. Go Ranger!
Turn up the mic and see if we can catch a little and performing here. I'm Joe Bowling. Eric Alexander took a break. We're at halftime, 13 minutes before the second half kickoff.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another playoff evening of Charger football under the Friday Night Lights. But now it's time to get off your seat and get on your feet. It's halftime. Band time. Now taking the field is the award-winning Edmond Memorial College High School Charger Band. The Charger Band is under the field direction of head drum major Luis Aranda, assistant drum major Joshua Gomez, Jose Guajardo. Color guard captains are Sherry Mendieta, Ariana Suquis, Dela Escobedo, and Rosario Flores. For this historic playoff December halftime performance, the Charger Band celebrates the ho, ho, ho holiday spirit of a marching band rendition of Fred Coots and David Gillespie. Santa Claus is coming to town. The Charger Band is under the direction of Richard Stone, Ryan Clark, Edna Sierra, Eduardo Rivera, Julio Salinas, Erica Casanova, and Miss Brianna Guerra. And a big thank you for all your support to BISD Superintendent School Dr. Jesus Chavez, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Meleda Kelly Mandu, High School Area Administrator Dr. Norma Ibarra, Administrator for Fine Arts Michael Garcia, Instrumental Supervisor Sam Rodriguez.
Halftime performance of both marching bands. You see the Brownsville Veterans Chargers marching bands. Good camera operations there on the fly for a couple of guys that were trying to get things dialed in. And talking about dialing things in, Eric Alexander, Smithson Valley was dialed in from the start. They're up 35-0, and now Brownsville Veterans, a lot of talking going on at the halftime break. It's all going to start with, in this case, the offense isn't going to get the ball to start. Their defense is going to have to make a statement to try to turn things around in the second half.
And I feel it's the only detriment here. We're talking about if they should have decided to go and grab the ball at halftime, but now this defense, like you said, they have to stand tall, and last thing you want to do is allow for the Rangers to get into that 40 area to where now you're kind of just looking at the ball game as what else do we do? We just have to go through the air, and things are going to start getting a little predictable. It's all going to be on Storm Montaña.
35-0 is a score, 5 touchdowns, 5 possessions. Again, you talk about, well, let's limit the possessions. Indeed, it was. If you only get the ball 5 times, that's pretty good as far as if you're looking at from a game plan perspective. But if all 5 times your opponent touches the football, they score. Thus, you're looking at something's going to have to change here because Smithson Valley is an offense that likes to take time off the clock too.
Yeah, and this is a game where I don't see Smithson Valley really go to the air anymore. They're going to keep this on the ground, continue allowing that clock to get chewed up, and allow Brownsville Vets just watch this game dwindle away. That's why quick possession is going to be the key to the victory here for the Chargers in this next half. You have to go through the air. We're talking about how the running game is starting to become a bit stale for them. They can't get the push that they're used to, and now it's time for them to say, hey, it's time for our junior to step up in Storm Montoya, and he's going to have to be that leader to really push this game back into contention.
Camera operator on his way in the elevator. We'll give you that quick shot really quick. Again, we're waiting for the teams to arrive. We're at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas. This production with the assistance from Aliced Lopez on the camera, Xavier Altamarino, production supervisor, Martin Sandoval, the director, Dr. Linda Gallegos, Chief Human Resource Officer, and we want to send a shout out to the city of Brownsville watching at Linear Park as one of the watch parties here on our YouTube broadcast for BISD. I'm Joe Bowling. That's Eric Alexander. Well, I walked down there. A lot of people knew who I was, Eric. They know who you are, too, after seeing you on the sidelines last week. And a lot of excitement.
That was a blessing. It really was. But I went down there to go walk into the field, see how the crowd was during halftime, and it doesn't feel like they're out of this game. And that's the one thing I'm really happy for. There was still a lot of smiling faces. They're still cheering. The crowd is still in this one. And I think since they took the long trip home, I don't think whatever the score is going to be, they're going to stand here to really be in this historic moment, because at any possibility this Brownsville team could turn things around. But no matter what happens this next half, they made history. They should feel proud about that. But now it's trying to find a way to get some more pride and get a comeback win. This team was able to get 28 unanswered last week in the fourth quarter. They're going to need 35 right now in order to at least get this game right back to level.
Brownsville veteran Chargers make their way back out, and they're going to go through a quick warm-up session and trying to get ramped up. We appreciate you tuning in as our halftime show concludes here, and we get ready for the Chargers to run out of the tunnel. The Rangers on the other side are already ready to go. They're lined up behind their canopy, and there's that Ranger fan base, which again, there weren't that many when this game started. They showed up in the second quarter. Charger fans trying to make a little more noise here at Buccaneer Stadium as well, and there go the Rangers back on the other side. Up 35-0. I'm not sure what you say as a Ranger. Just go do what you've been doing.
Yeah.
And let's get out of here and let's punch a ticket into the state championship game.
That was the main message here from the coach. He just said it's another game. We just need to play hard, and they've done that. This team has just done what they do, and that was the main key to victory here for Smithson Valley. I asked them, what are you going to do this game to really get yourself the edge? And they said, hey, you don't have to do anything. We need to play Smithson Valley Ranger football, and they've done that here tonight. But the Chargers, they have to play their brand. They may have to go out of it a bit to find a new identity to really drive this offense forward.
And we're looking at a Smithson Valley team that, arguably their best tailback went down injured in the second quarter. That was Sowersby. He had that one big carry for 30 yards and a touchdown, but then it was next man up. And Daniel De Hoya ended up with that big first half. Statistically, 7 carries, 41 yards to lead the team in running. But it was spread the wealth. In 219 total yards, and that again is a skewed number because one drive started at the 50, another started at the 9, another started at the 20 of the Chargers. For Smithson Valley, it was short field to operate. Here come the Chargers out on the field.
The Chargers need to come out with some energy, but their fans are on their feet trying to give it to them here, as the boys in red are going to need a huge comeback. We're talking about history, first team to really make state. Now it's trying to make it with 35 down, as everyone will have this in their memory box if they find a way to come back.
They are the last team standing out of the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley, represented by Brownsville Veterans Memorial and the Chargers. They'll be kicking off to start the second half. That means it'll be Chargers will be going right to left as we take a look at it on our view here from Buccaneer Stadium. Our appreciation to Gilbert Leal and BISD, Martine, making all the phone calls necessary to say, hey, let's get the rights first and then let's get everything set up. My wife and I, Dahlia, got up here at 10 o'clock in the morning to make sure we were dialed in. Again, she told me once, I don't think you'll stay there all day. And then after we ate lunch, she goes, you're going to be there all day.
Well, it's going to be a long night for the Chargers. We're going to have to try to quicken things up as this will start the second half here in the semifinals.
Deep kickoff goes out of the end zone. And so the Smithson Valley offense will make their way out. And again, this is the Charger fans just waiting, hoping to pull something together that will maybe get an extra gear for this team to make something happen here in this second half. The wave by the Charger fans.
And the Chargers, it's going to be a huge first drive for themselves. We've seen this team in white go down the field countless times. We need a big stop.
First down play for Rylan Walker. Hands it off. They'll reverse it. Right-hand side and some room. Quick move down the sidelines. This may go to the 40. One man to beat at the 30. And he's gone. Touchdown, Rangers, first play from scrimmage.
What a play. He got that ball and just took off. He was to the races, and nobody near him. Made a beautiful move at the end, and this Smithson Valley score in the first 14 seconds.
That is a huge carry. It's a third touchdown run for Cole Frund. And lightning strikes quickly here to start this second half. Extra point is away and good.
A big kick there. Going to put this to 42 as the lead continue to grow here for Brownsville Vets. They're going to have to really change things up. And for them, quick drive, you have to allow yourself to get right back on the defensive end. 42-0. The main factor of this third quarter right now, Joe, I feel, is just to get around 2 touchdowns.
Frund, 3 touchdown runs now in the ball game for Smithson Valley. And he hits the century mark. Yards on the ground as the leading runner in this ball game. And that's on really limited carries. You're talking about 3 carries, 3 touchdowns, 100 yards for Cole Frund.
Cole Frund, all eyes on him tonight. The luxury of having one of your best players go to Texas that allows the scouts to be out here in attendance, and he's going to have a couple ringing his phone right after this game.
Kickoff for the Rangers. Chargers going to field it at their 10. Bring it across the 15, and nice job of extra yards out to the 20-yard line. That was Trio again on the return. Took a while for them to peel out of there. Trio appears to be okay, but it looks like one of the Chargers was shaken up a bit on that play.
And right now, hopefully everyone's fine, and the training staff will go look at him. Brownsville Vets, they can't afford to really lose anybody right now.
11:41 to go here in the third quarter of play. Last week, Chargers, 1 play into the second half, looked up, and it was 7 more points than what they had to deal with. Player shaken up was a tight end for the Chargers, Nick Tovar. He's going to get up, but he's going to be assisted off. Hopefully he can return to this football game for Brownsville Veterans Memorial.
Big tight end, too. One of the big targets, has had a couple balls gone his way here tonight. Still looking to bring more in. Hopefully he can come right back into the ball game. But on the player safety is at full effect. That's what we're concerned about. The Brownsville Vets, 1st and 10, needing a huge play to at least get them in the right direction. And Joe, I'm curious to see what the talk was for this offense at halftime. It's going to be one of those where this team, knowing that they're going to have to change things up, the offensive coordinator and head coach are probably having a huge talk into what they could potentially scheme, but see what this team is going to try to come out with.
Montoya to the line. Hands it off. And a good 5-yard. The ball comes out of there. Did they blow it dead? Yes. Play blown dead. It's a 6-yard gain on a carry by Trevelyan.
And he's getting up slowly again. He has been battered this game, and you have to really give respect to the fact that he continued coming in, even though he keeps walking off every quarter with that limp. This game means so much to him. He doesn't want to get off the field, but at the same time, you have to start concerning about his player safety.
Trevelyan, one of the juniors on this team. Got a junior tailback, a junior quarterback. There is some youth on this Brownsville veterans team to build on the success from this season. Second down and a short 5 to go for Storm Montoya. Hands the ball off up the middle. That's a carry by Maddox Bond. Bond will get maybe a yard or 2 on the play. Tackle made by Jackson Maynard. Now, the coaching staff for Brownsville veterans told us before the game. I was talking to him. I was like, all right, what are we watching for? He's like, we better watch for 25 because 25, who just made that tackle, Jackson Maynard, is the guy we worry about. They line him up and let him roam, and he just finds a way to get to the ball quick. 3rd and 1 for the Chargers. Montoya keeps it, dives across the 30. That's enough for a first down.
Good start to this drive. Give yourself 10 yards. Hard fought, nonetheless, but so at least keeps the chains moving and the ball in their possession. But time ticking down. Chargers need to score quick.
Charger offense limited to just 82 yards of total offense here in this football game. So far, here's a first down play for Montoya. Keeps it, pitches it outside. Nothing there for Trio. He's thrown down. Containment first by Caleb Sosa. And then a couple of players coming over to make the finishing touch of that, and that's Zach Gendrich, a senior cornerback, lost in the play of 4.
Yeah, we're seeing this team continue trying to go to the outside. It hasn't been working. This defense is so keen on closing out that gap as the speed from them is not allowing this squad to really get around the edge the way they're used to. This is a fast squad, but the higher you go up in playoff football, the faster the other team gets. With Brownsville needing a big play here on second and forever.
Chargers, second down, 14 yards to go. Montoya. Since Trio in motion, pitch out, jet sweep, it's Trio. Upended, thrown down. Tackle made that time by Diego Davila. 4-yard gain by Trio.
We've seen the defense starting to stand up. They're feeling confident. They're not allowing too many yards to go. And if you are a Ranger fan, you have to love the way this squad is just from the opening jump, contain the line of scrimmage, have won the battle, and continue to try to win this war. For Brownsville Vets, 3rd and 11, need a big play.
Davila made that tackle. That was just a physical play. 3rd down and long. Montoya to pass. Hit. Down he goes.
What a stop there by Smithson Valley Rangers. That's going to back this up to around the 22-yard line to bring in around 20?
Yeah, Sosa in again on the play. That play goes in a negative fashion for Brownsville veterans. Punt team in, ball back. High snap, punter gets to it, gets it away. High booming kick. This is going to be dropped at the 35, and then they'll take a knee. That's how big that kick was. It was a tremendous punt.
And smart play there, knowing he was contained, took the knee, did not want to have the hit. And for a player who muffed the punt, a lot of players, they scramble, they get outside themselves, but the cool, calm collectiveness of this team for Smithson Valley starting to really come out in full effect as their offense will take the field once again here in the 3rd quarter. Scored in the first 13 seconds off a kick return, so the first time they see the field.
Well, they ran it on a 75-yard run from front, and so this is the second play from scrimmage for this Smithson Valley offense here in the second half, and it's a pass play, and it's out in the flats, yards after the catch on a 15-yard pitch and catch. And a new receiver into the ball game, making that catch. And that's Drayden Bonet.
This team not complacent whatsoever on the play calling, but it looks like a timeout will be called. Both these coaches are going to talk it over.
3rd quarter action, 7:55 to go. Pass was Rylan Walker's 6th of the game. He's completed all 6 for 81 yards. It's one of those haven't had to pass, but when they do, it is enough to keep this squad on the Brownsville Veterans side, on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage, off balance. Timeout was called by the Chargers. First time out of the second half. Smithson Valley with the football. After that completion, it's at the 49-yard line of Brownsville Veterans.
With 7:55 to go, under 8 minutes, Brownsville Vets, hold strong here. Smithson Valley starting to gain some big momentum plays here early in the third quarter.
Walker is ready. In fact, that's not Walker in the game anymore. New quarterback. That's a running play. It gets to the 50-yard line. New signal caller for Smithson Valley.
They must feel comfortable with this lead. They don't want to have anyone out there to potentially get injured, especially with Brownsville Vets still playing some tough football. They know they have to really keep the blinders on and stay focused if they want any chance of getting this a little closer. But clock winding down at Smithson Valley.
This is where I would be looking for a spotter to say, hey, my roster doesn't have a number 11. Tell me, find out who number 11 is for Smithson Valley. Quarterback, second down play. Gonna throw, pass is completed. Brody Day on the catch, takes it out across the 40-yard line. Hit hard there on a tackle made by Rose Pineda, the junior D-back. It's a 9-yard gain. For Day, his first catch of the evening. So Smithson Valley remains perfect in the passing game. At 7 of 7 as a team. Third down play here. 3rd and 2. And they'll run it and get a first down. Ball carrier that time was Owen Hack.
And a big change.
Check that. That was, number 3.
And a big job here moving the chains here, first down. And, they already have their second string in, and they're not looking to really move the ball down now. They just want their team to really end this one quickly. But 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. 18 minutes of football left here for the Chargers. Potentially get 42 points.
I would say it's beyond the second string in some cases. We're numbers not on the roster. They got a big roster listed. Pass play here. Chargers bring the pressure. Quarterback able to get away from that and take it inside the 35-yard line.
Brown, right now on second down, this is a team that has played smart football since the opening jump. And we're talking about all the highlight players to really come out here from Smithson Valley. They produced, they came out in full effect, but we haven't really seen the same from Brownsville Vets. It's a tough game against a tough opponent. But I feel for yourself a little consolation prize. It's kind of this lead down at least by half.
Second down run. That's enough for a first down. Down to about the Charger 29-yard line.
That is number 3, but unfortunately, again, we don't.
No number 3, no number 11.
These are probably the players they picked up throughout the start of the playoffs off the JV, or especially trying to get them some experience, especially where the Smithson Valley squad is going to head down the line, as these are important moments for your team to really get into.
First down play here. Clock running with 5:18 to go in the third quarter. Staying on the ground, driving forward. Second level run down to about the 23-yard line of Brownsville Veterans. State semifinal action here from Buccaneer Stadium. Don't lose the fact in that. Both teams on a wild ride of come from behind, underdog wins it kind of victories to get here.
I was thinking beforehand what the juju was like coming into a team that you beat Stadium, but Brownsville Vets.
Pass play here, that's going to be completed. We have first down Receiver is brought down on the far side of the field. Catch by Kason Camacho on the catch.
Good throw there. You're seeing the accuracy really come out from second string quarterback in the semifinal game. And with a big lead, he has to feel comfortable there. But interesting thing, Chargers only have 2 timeouts for the rest of the half. And we'll see if that becomes apparently difficult as this game goes along. But Smithson Valley doing their job of just wasting clock.
J.C. Ramirez, first year head coach for Brownsville Veterans, and what a ride he's taken his team on. First down play here. Smithson Valley will run it to the far side of the field. That's going to be Jackson Tillery on the carry. And the senior stays in bounds, gains, 6, maybe 7 by the time he's brought down.
Big second down here for Smithson Valley. They're methodically moving the ball down the field, and I see them. This is a big heavyweight match for them, and when you're trying to go blow for blow, this team is in the later stages of that round, and Brownsville Vets, they can't allow themselves to get tired, but you can't allow a touchdown right now.
Second down play here for the Rangers. Bouncing off tackler, stiff arming a man inside the 5. Penalty flag comes out on that one. So we'll sort that out. Hard running that time by the Chargers.
Yeah, everybody's really putting their head down and saying, hey, you're not going to stop me. I may be coming in, but I'm trying to get a starting spot next year. And we'll see 2 players going to try to put some fresh legs up there in that front line. There's number 98 here number 99, and Andrew Quintero, the sophomore. See his time on the front line.
Penalty was a face mask against the Chargers, and so that'll move the ball half the distance from the spot inside the 2 nearer the 1 yard line for Smithson Valley. So far, 6 of 6 on possessions and scores, and banging on the door here on a 1st and goal. They'll run it right, end zone touchdown. It's a 48-0 game.
And the lead continues to grow as the Rangers in a Western standoff have seen themselves continue to have this game by the horns. And we hate to look out for next week, but this team is making a big statement for that state championship game.
And they've been to the state championship game a few times in program history. Had some heartbreaking moments up there as well. Extra point here is away and good, and this Smithson Valley Ranger team has played near perfect football this evening, leading 49-0 with 3:38 to go still in the 3rd.
I believe they scored on every drive, even with the second string, 3rd string coming in here. They're still showing that they're so deep in terms of their numbers. And the higher you get into the state of Texas, the tougher the competition comes in, as Brownsville will have the ball back here. And for themselves, you just got to take that goose off the board. You can't allow yourself to end this game with that 0. A little more respectable is trying to get 7 points, but nothing's been given to this team. They've had to earn, and they have to take it. But Trilo looking at a big return here.
This is where the playmakers on the sideline for Brownsville Veterans start looking around and seeing all of the seniors that were part of this program and seeing the growth. You want to make plays for these guys and let these guys make some plays in what is in essence their final game at the high school level, getting to play in this historic game. Crowd still trying to make some noise. Kickoff is away, and it goes out of bounds. Again, look at that crowd. They stuck around. There's a bunch of them. They're still down here below us on the home side.
And I'm glad. This Brownsville team, yes, you're getting dominated right now, but you did something that no one's done before. I believe since 1999, a 5A squad from the Rio Grande Valley hasn't been able to really go through.
No 5A squad.
Oh, no 5A squad. I thought I saw that stat, but
no.
You know, that's even more to the test of what this team is. The best the Rio Grande Valley has to offer this year. You beat PSG North Raiders, who were said to win state, to be in this position playing Smithson Valley. You're showing that, hey, we earned it. We came here, but unfortunately, we just couldn't come off the bus with a full head of steam.
Charger offense up to the line. Again, trio. What a career he's had for Brownsville veterans.
And that's a player I potentially seeing at that next level. He deserves to. A lot of people are talking about his speed. He has played this game and looked like a difference maker for the Brownsville team.
First down play here for the Chargers. Montoya hands it off, running play. Short gain there for the ball carrier, which is Maddox Bond. Coming over to make the stop was Braxton Alexander, a senior linebacker for Smithson Valley.
I'm still surprised Brownsville's keeping this ball on the ground. You got to let your junior gunslinger just go out there and try to make some plays.
Second down play, call it 8 yards to go for the Chargers. Montoya going to keep it. Hit hard, driven down. No gain on the play. There he is again. Back-to-back tackles by Braxton Alexander.
Yeah, the seniors having a game here tonight. We've continued to call upon him, and this Brownsville team, he has been the nightmare so far for them. As moving the chains, moving the ball down has not been their MO so far, but 2:40 to go. They're going to at least have one score here in the third quarter.
Third down play here for the Chargers. Need to get to 45 to get a first down. Montoya pitches it short side of the field. Not much room there. Rangers there to shut it down.
That will bring up fourth down now. And I don't know if this game is a fourth down territory where you're no longer having the punt unit come out. And I feel that might be the case here, but it looks like special team will find their way onto the field as 2 minutes remaining. Smithson Valley will get the ball back here, have another chance with the drive.
That was Jose Sanchez, one of the seniors, getting a carry for Brownsville veterans. Brought down after a very short gain, if any. And now PK Moeller goes back to return a punt for Smithson Valley. The punt is away. End over end. He's going to call a fair catch and drop it. Brownsville veterans, looks like they got it. They recover.
Sometimes you need a little luck. You need a little miracle. As everybody on their feet, as Brownsville vets get the best starting field possession they've had all game.
They almost got it on a punt return muffed last time. And this time with 1:38 to go here. Like I said, these Charger faithful, there's a bunch of them still here to make noise at Buccaneer Stadium. First down play from the 25. Montoya hands it off. First man through, a hit. Drives forward, gains 3.
The Chargers here sticking to their game plan, not trying to change anything whatsoever. But the one silver lining I feel is for this quarterback in Storm Montagne, a junior. So he's going to have a chance to come back next year and try to repeat the same type of outcome.
Second down play, it's going to be Montoya. Takes it inside the 20. Gain of 3 brings up third down. Charger faithful wanting to get some points on the board here. 41 seconds and counting here in this third quarter.
Especially when you're at the 20. We haven't seen this team on this side of the field, I think, at all to this game. So
3rd and 5. Deepest penetration for the Chargers thus far in the game. They'll bounce it to the outside, turn the corner, shoved out of bounds, but not before the 15-yard line. That's a first down.
I believe that also stops the clock here. So this team having a little more time here in the third quarter to try to punch this in.
Cesar Belamonte is on the carry that time. And it will be first down for the Chargers.
CSIP, what a chance. Coming in from the fans. They were chanting this last week before their comeback.
First down play here. They'll bounce it outside. Well, the Rangers comes out of there with his hands on the football. Blow the play dead. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 coming up for Brownsville Veterans.
And it looks like that's going to take us to the 4th quarter. 12 minutes of football left here in the 5A Texas Semifinal Championship.
49-0 is the score. Rangers scored 14 in the first quarter, added 21 more in the second. Put 2 touchdowns in the books in the third. Brownsville Veterans talk it over as they will be in a red zone possession with a chance to score here for this big crowd that came to watch them play on a Friday night in December.
You know, big shout out to the fans. Driving up here, we saw the horns, we saw the parade. People were just decking out their cars, and that's what Rio Grande football is all about. Yes, we're not coming into this one, not the type of outcome we're having, but the fans, they understand the type of moment this is, and they're here to back their student athletes at 100%.
2nd down, and you can still get a 1st down for the Chargers. Montoya is going to throw. Here comes pressure, gets rid of the ball, and it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Going through the air. This team, off the hands of Jerry Gomez, will find their first 6 points of the evening. This fourth quarter team, Joe. This is a fourth quarter team.
You ever seen 49 points scored in a quarter?
You know,
You can dream it up.
anything's possible on Friday Night Lights, and we're here to witness the greatness.
Extra point is away and good.
You know, we've been calling for this team to go through the air multiple times this game, and they finally are able to do it. The 4th quarter is when they started using the air brigade last game, but I would have loved to see them come to it earlier. But now it's just trying to say we got to step up. We got to get some turnovers. This is going to be a big drive. Try and get the ball back quickly.
Touchdown, Chargers. Put that in the history books. A touchdown in the semifinals for a Brownsville school.
And 11:53, the fans, the players, and the coaches here for a historic night in Corpus Christi, Texas at Buccaneers Stadium. Are we going to see a comeback 2 weeks in a row? And I would love to see it. And I think it's our job, Joe. We got to paint the picture here. Maybe an onside kick, grab it right back, a muff kickoff, get this, run it right in. We're talking about a lot of what ifs, fairy tale stuff, but I like to dream with my imagination.
Do it. Kickoff is away. It's going to take a bounce and go out of bounds.
And we'll have flags coming in. This will push the Rangers a bit forward here on the start of their field position as this defense walking onto the field, desperately needing a takeaway, especially on the first 2 plays.
Clock stops with 11:53 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Camera seems to be fuzzing up just a bit. First down play here for the Rangers. Pressure is shown by Brownsville Veterans up the middle. They'll sling a pass. That's caught. Quick hit and a very short gain on a pitch and catch out in the flats to Hunter Dow. Senior wideout makes a catch.
Big yardage there, 4. That's how this team's trying to dial it up. Now, 6 just for the first down. The MO here for this team, just move the chains. You don't need to get big plays. You just need to allow that clock to continue to run. We'll bring up 2nd and 6 as the play coming in here for Smithson Valley. It's going to be kind of predictable. I don't see them really passing the ball too much. I'm still surprised they're even doing it here.
They're gonna keep it in between the numbers. Try to keep the clock running. Run it this time, and Chargers are right there. And you can see some energy coming after that touchdown was scored. That tackle was made by Aaron Martinez, the sophomore. Says, "Hey, I'm feeling it right now. I know I got a lot of play time left
42
for
points.
Brownsville Veterans Memorial."
Yeah, 42 points. That's what you're trying to overcome. We thought 28 was a tall task. 42.
Got to finish hard. That's all you got to do.
Yes, you do. And
Third down here, and it's a rare third down, and it's a rare 3rd and long for the Rangers. I may not have said that all evening. They'll hand the ball off. Spinning forward, second effort. Close to the 40, but not enough. And it's going to bring up the first 4th down of the night for Smithson Valley.
And I don't see the punt team coming out. They're going to leave that offense out on the field. They know they're getting the push that they want, and they're feeling confident about the type of offense that they're currently exuding. And this is one they're just going to try to drive it down and say, hey, we're not going to let you even get a chance to sniff a comeback.
Chargers scored a touchdown. We're under 10 minutes to go here. Scored a touchdown. Defense trying to get off the field here and hand the offense the ball. 4th and 1. A long pass play down the sidelines, overthrown, incomplete. And the Chargers will take over on downs.
9:42 remaining. Now you're going to be going with the arm of your quarterback. Storm is going to have to throw a hurricane out here to be able to really ward off the defense. But all eyes on the junior. Trying to make a statement. Do it right here against a defense that I still feel they don't have their starters in. So this is a point where you have to let that take advantage, saying, all right, keep your starters on the bench. Let's go grab some points real quick.
First down play for Brownsville Veterans. Sergio Sosa now in the game at quarterback. Wide left goes Jerry Gomez on this first down play for the Chargers. Pitch it to the short side of the field. Not much there for Trio. He goes down.
I'm just surprised we're still running the ball. I really felt they were going to come out here and start slinging it. You can't allow that clock to continue running down. It's quick passes, get the ball into your playmakers' hands. Yes, there has been an interception here tonight, but you're not really thinking about that anymore. You kind of just say quick memory, and the pass is the pass. You need a big driver on second down.
Sosa under center again is ready. Maddox Bond in the backfield. They'll pitch it to Trio. He wants to throw. Now he's going to run. Trio gets to the outside on the far side of the field, trying to outrun a man. Ends up gaining 6.
Yeah, stop the clock under 9 minutes here at 8:58. They tried for the trickery. Nobody was open downfield, but you have a player like Trio, you allow him to be creative, bounce things out. Now he's second in around 4.
How about the speed that time of Tyler McGinnis tracking Trio down across the – Trio's a fast dude.
He is. That's why it's been interesting to see against these Smithson Valley players. We know how quick he is, but he's getting caught and showing the speed here from the squad for the Rangers.
Third down play. They'll run it here. That'll be close to first down yardage.
And now 4th and 4. They wanted to make this 4th down a little closer for yourself, but clock continued to run. As much as yardage is important, so is the time. Now they have to throw it here. Now the passing lanes are going to be a little more clogged up than it would have been in second or third.
4th down play for the Chargers. Sosa under center. Keeps it on a read. Got close to first down yardage. Looks like the spot's going to get him a first down.
And everybody loves Sosa. It's a big play by this squad. They have to continue trying to sling it. It'll be first down here at the 29-yard line. Last time they were in this type of field position, they were able to score. They have to score here in the next 60 seconds to at least give themselves some more time.
First down play for Brownsville Veterans. Sosa wants to throw. delivers a ball downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Here comes the penalty flags.
Yeah, all over him there. Great call there by the referee. So much contact on the big tight end. But now, Brownsville Vets, you're given a gift. The clock has stopped. Now you have to do something with it.
It's not a spot foul in high school football, but it is a biggie. It's a 15-yard penalty.
First and 10 here.
Chargers trying to score on back-to-back possessions here. Not sure what's going on with our camera there. Our high side camera is now gone haywire. Maybe we can call Rudy down off the top and have him man that camera. Running play here. Chargers got some room. Trio end zone touchdown.
We have a ball game. The Chargers have waken up in the fourth quarter, and the man we've been waiting for gets himself on the board.
Trio's like, hey, I know it's fourth quarter. It's only 7:41 left in my season, but hey, I'm in the end zone. I'll cherish this moment. I was in the semifinals, and I scored a touchdown. Extra point coming up for the Chargers.
They go for two here. You see them talking about it.
Kick is away, and it's good.
And decided to go for the safe play. It's going to the 14, but nowhere out of the woodworks yet. If this was the third quarter, you could be saying, hey, possibility. This could be a whole different ball game, but 7:41 now, the ball going right back to the Rangers. They're going to keep this on the ground, and they're going to try to take off at least 3 to 4 minutes off this clock.
Back-to-back possessions here in the fourth quarter for Brownsville veterans results in points. After giving up 49 in a row, they score 14 of their own.
We have to see if they can actually get two more. They have enough time for it. I don't think they're going to get more than 3 more possessions in this ball game, and that's still a little short there. It'll only be 21 extra points if they score on each one of those drives, but I'll just put them at 35 to 49. It's Brownsville Vets. We'll see if they go for a squib kick or an onside to get this ball back quickly.
Rangers bringing everybody up. The deepest return men are back at the 20-yard line, so they're expecting something extremely short. Chargers tee it up and put it into play. Takes a bounce. Rangers take a knee, and they'll have it at the 23.
Well, 7:39 remaining here in the fourth quarter for the semifinals. As Brownsville Vets defense need to get a quick stop around first down. And you know, Joe, this is a game where Brownsville Vets, they fought to the end. And the last thing you wanted was this team to put their head down and say, we're done, we're rolling over. But they understand that they're playing this game bigger than them. They're doing it for the entire community of the 956. And no matter what happens, they made them proud.
First down play here, running play for the Rangers. Have to reverse field. Good hitting that time. Chargers defense is still hitting hard. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Clock running with 6:56 to go here. This play is going nowhere.
Be careful there. Almost got called for a late hit. The Brownsville defense showing that they still have some hunger and aggression here in the last 6.5 minutes. Going to bring down third and forever. Smithson Valley will look to bring in some fresh legs. And on that one timeout Brownsville used back in the third quarter, only having 2 here. Makes stopping the clock a little more difficult, especially when you need it back.
Third down play here. Running play, fumble on the play. Chargers may have recovered.
We're here for it. I want to see the dramatics as everybody on their feet here for Brownsville Vets. That's going to put them here at the 14-yard line with 6 minutes to go. Just take a kind of score on the first play.
Well, here, okay. Well, let me put this in reality here. If they're able to score a touchdown here in one play, then that means they put 21 points in 6 minutes. They would have to do better than that in the next 6 minutes. But hey, that's why you keep playing. That's why they keep running the clock.
Exactly.
Chargers on a first down play. Looking to throw, want it all in one play, and it's over the head, incomplete.
You're getting such good looks here. It's
Gomez was down there.
just needed to have an extra step on it, but defended well. As this offense, a little late, but they're starting to click.
Stops the clock at 5 are wild. It's 5:55 to go here in the fourth quarter.
That's the only silver lining there, Joe. Yes, you don't get the touchdown. Yes, you don't get a possession there, but at least that clock only wastes 5 seconds, and now 2nd and 10, needing a big play.
Second play here for the Chargers after the fumble recovery. Running play up the middle, down to the 5-yard line. It's about a yard short of a first down, but a good strong run that time for Brownsville veteran Cesar Belamonte, the sophomore.
I think they have to go after the line quickly. This is not one where you take your time. It's a 2-minute offense the rest of the game. Yes, there's 5.5 minutes, but you don't have any time to really lollygag. You need to punch it in right now before it hits 5 minutes. Brownville Vets trying to get the city closer.
Third down and about 2. Surge up the middle. That's a first down. They'll push him backwards, but Sergio Sosa had plenty of forward progress to get him down around the 2-yard line. First and goal coming up for Brownsville veterans.
Since the chains will move, it does stop the clock for a second, but it will continue to run right when they blow the whistle. So Brownsville Vets get to the line quickly. Can't stand around right here. You have to score.
Chargers are ready. They'll go under 5 to go here in the fourth. Sosa with a big push. They blew that one dead. He took off a little too soon. Well, the line took off too soon. Someone forgot to snap the ball.
Yeah, false start there. And that's a bit unfortunate. You can't allow penalties if it's late in the game, but sometimes teams like a little more yardage to allow the air raid, but it's such a running dominant squad. 1st and 7. The only good thing is that they didn't lose it down, but
still first and goal. Chargers up to the line. Sosa takes a snap, hands it off. Back down to around the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up.
as far as I'm not doing a look out route, have a slant going up the middle, try to confuse these corners and safeties here.
Maddox Bond on the carry that time for the Chargers.
2nd and 4. Joe, do they keep going to the ground? They're getting close to the 4-minute mark. They've taken a lot of time off the clock on this drive.
Just trying to produce some positive stuff here down the stretch. Running play right side. Trio again. Trio end zone again. Scores another touchdown.
Took them 2 minutes, but this team finds itself on the board, 49-20, trying to make it a deficit of 4 touchdowns.
Defining Gilbert Trio, the senior for Brownsville veterans, playing to the end of a ball game, regardless of the score. Extra point for the Chargers, away and good. 49-21. That's 3 scores in a row for Brownsville veterans, all here in the fourth quarter.
Oh man, I'm just sitting here right now, just saying, why couldn't this come earlier? And yes, you could
You
many
and
factors.
10,000 others below us, my
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah, I get it. I
and
get it.
20,000 plus that are watching.
But that's the heart of Brownsville Vets. And they're understanding that they have to play to the final whistle. They made it to the state finals. You said they were an underdog before coming into this game. Nobody gave them a chance except for their fans and trying to make a big upset. But it's going to take a possession here, quick drive, another onside kick, quick drive. And I feel at most they'll get the ball back with a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. So they have one drive left.
You know, you're already part of a historic broadcast being here. They come back in this, you're going to be in one of the epic historic games you'll ever be around. Kickoff for the Chargers. Takes a bounce. Rangers going to return this one. Slide forward out across the 35. So again, the coaching staff of the Rangers says, you know, here's what we want to do. Larry Hill looks at his players. I'm going to send you out there. And when you walk off the field, I want 3 minutes and 59 seconds gone.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the bus ride. His offense comes out of the field. They've been there 3 times in a row with that mission of just take the clock and run it to zeros. Brownsville Veterans defense has said, not just yet. First down play coming up for the Rangers.
I'll be surprised if they go in the air here.
They'll run it and get nothing, maybe a yard.
Yeah, but this is where the Rangers are going to use that 40 seconds, take us back down to 3:10. Second down. This is where that one timeout that was used back in the third quarter becomes the biggest difference, because you could have used that here. You still have 2 in your back pocket, but because you burned it early, now you're sitting here and saying, when do we use this? We only have one more timeout left, and we're still trying to make a comeback. But 2nd and 10 here, 2nd and 9. Smithson Valley trying to close this book.
Up to the line of scrimmage on this second down play. They'll pass it. Overshot, incomplete.
I'm shocked. I don't know why you would do that here. You get the ball back, you run it on the ground. It keeps the clock rolling. It's 3:12 right now. You potentially take 40 seconds off the clock here. You get close to that 2.5 minutes, and you see yourself continue riding it down. But this team wanting a first down, they want to go to victory formation. They know a first down will give them that.
Even last possession, when they went for a pass play, they went for a bundle on 4th and 1.
Yeah.
They were going deep ball downfield. 4th down here, 3rd down here, 3rd and 10.
Timeout called. We'll see who this is for. I believe the Chargers.
They did. They called the timeout. They were having problems personnel-wise getting into the game before that last snap. And in this case, the clock was already stopped, so it wasn't that you needed to stop the clock to give yourself more time. This was more of a personnel call. Who's in the game? I know they're shuffling players in, trying to get a lot of seniors some playing time to close this thing out in a state semifinal game. So just making sure the right guys are on the field. There's also some younger guys getting out there, getting some playing time. I saw Damian Rodriguez, a sophomore, sprinting out there to get a spot on the field for a snap. 3rd down play here for the Rangers. And they'll run it right side, outside. Good containment there. Chargers do shut it down as the ball gets across the 40.
Yeah, this is going to take this one down to around 2:20 for the Chargers. So back to 2-minute offense.
4th down.
Potentially get one more opportunity to try to make 28 and tie your season high in 1 quarter.
Brownsville Veterans does take a timeout. Smithson Valley was already sending the offense back on the field.
Yeah, they know they don't have anything to lose here, and a first down kind of shuts this game out. Brownsville Vets, now you have nothing to potentially stop this clock. You're going to have to go through the air. You don't have the luxury of going to the ground anymore. You have to use the speed on your outside to try to beat some of these corners and safeties. But I feel that should have happened back in the second quarter.
First thing they got to do is get a stop. It's 4th and 5. That's not a given, but they're going to get the stop. I was looking to see if the Chargers might slip in a couple extra players. This is a new man on the field right now. Brody Day has been on the field earlier, but not in this punt formation. Say it for the first time of the game for the Chargers. 2:48 remaining here in the fourth.
Trilo back to return. So the best offensive player they have, trying to make a big statement quickly.
Good snap. Day gets the kick away. This is returnable. Trio on a bounce, gets it. Hit up into down he goes.
Yeah, he knew that was going to be a tough one to get. The bounce didn't really help him out. Took him a second to really start acceleration, but the offense here for Brownsville Vets may have one more chance at it with 2:41.
Can you look up and you see a final score that's 40s to the 20s? I know my wife, she'll be like, that's okay by me. We played hard. Much better than 49 zip when we started this fourth quarter. I'll assure you of that. But that's my wife, Dahlia. She is like evermore I want to look at the positive spin on a lopsided score. Chargers trying to put more points on the board, trying to close this thing out. Running play. And they'll have some room across the 30. That tackle was way out of bounds on a nice carry by Sosa.
What a big play there by Sosa, able to get some room, move the chains, but you have to work quickly. 2:34. You have to make sure that ball continues to stop at every change of the game. As Brownsville Vets trying to at least close this off. Touchdown.
First down play here. They'll pass it. That's going to be dropped incomplete. In the direction of Nick Tovar.
Second and 10, 2:31, and 2-minute offense continue to stay on the field here for Brownsville Vets. And this is kind of where you're in 4-down territory every single possession, and we're seeing some players here for Brownsville Vets limp onto the field, but no one's going to take them out here the last minute, the 2 minutes and a half.
Chargers run this one. Take it out across the 40.
Well, that's a great job, at least making it easier here on third down, that is. But you have to get back to the line quickly. It has to be a no-huddle offense. This one getting close to that 2-minute mark.
Third and about 2. Chargers run that. That's a first down on a carry by Maddox Bond. That'll move the chains.
It moves the chains. The clock's still rolling, and there has to be some sense of urgency here by Brownsville. They know that potentially winning this game is kind of out of the question, but you want to at least give yourself enough time, especially with no timeouts, to go down the field and score.
Pitch out. That's a loose fumble picked up by the Chargers. They'll lose a bundle on that as Sergio Sosa was able to get his hands on it. That's a big loss.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. It's going to put them back. What was that, Joe? 6 yards. So second and 16. Brownsville Vets will be coming on to second down now. So this game 2 plays away from concluding with 70 seconds remaining.
Chargers up to the line of scrimmage on this second down play. Looking to throw and slinging it in the flats, incomplete. Mark Samano, the intended receiver. It's a junior out there making some plays or trying to. Incomplete pass. Third down.
What could be the final 2 plays for Brownsville Vets? They're trying to show off what they were able to do all season long. Score the football right before this ends. You know, it makes the bus ride a little easier. Yes, you lost this game, but you can go and say, boys, we fought hard. We have a lot of juniors on this team. We're ready to see what they can do next year.
Third down and a bunch. Little screen pass is caught. Yards after the catch. Up to the middle. Back to the original line of scrimmage and a few more. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 with 48 seconds to go.
I understand he's trying to get some more yardage after the catch. You have to go out of bounds there. Yeah, it's 40 seconds remaining. 35 seconds on the play clock, so 5-second differential. This is going to be the last play of the semifinal championship here in Corpus, Texas at Buccaneer Stadium.
Back to pass for the Chargers. Sosa brought down, and that's going to do it. Smithson Valley moving on, winning this state semifinal game. Final score 49-21. Well, they're going to take over on downs.
And this is going to bring out the victory formation for Smithson Valley. The Rangers already have the waterworks prepared.
Now, the officials are saying, wait a minute. You can't just walk out on the field and shake hands. We need another snap. There is 22 seconds to go. That was a turnover on downs. And pause on the wrap it up.
You have to give it up to the crowd. They're still here.
They're there. I was just going to say, let's pan the crowd, and you see they were here at the beginning,
Especially
and
with
they stuck it out.
Especially with 2.5 hour drive they still have and trying to get home. They want to make sure they're here standing for their boys. And, you know, that's the one part that really strikes my heartstrings is these seniors, they did something that no one expected them to, and they cannot hang their head at the end of this game, even though it's a horrible feeling to lose one step away from the state title.
One play for the Rangers. They'll take a knee, and that will run it to zeros. Congratulations, Smithson Valley, as they are on their way to playing in a state championship game. The final score here, 49-21. For Brownsville veterans, it's a final game for Gilbert Trio, for Jose Sanchez, for Jaime Martinez, for Jerry Gomez, Miguel Silvera, Josh Perez, Francisco Gonzalez, Matt Maldonado, Israel Yanis, Jacob Rosas, John Luna, Giselle Garza, Enrique Rendon, Malachi Valdez, Matthew Pignon, Nick Tovar, and Max Cordoba, all seniors who were part of the historic run for Brownsville veterans as they made it to the state semifinals. But Smithson Valley, too much here this evening, win it 49-21. Congratulations to the Chargers for a terrific season, and good luck to the Rangers as they're on their way to a state championship game. Our production, once again, assisted Alcides Lopez on camera, Xavier Altamarino on the production supervisor, Martin Sandoval is the director, Dr. Linda Gallegos, Chief Human Resource Officer. And again, want to send a shout out to all the fans that watch this game, regardless of where you were. This live free broadcast for you fans out there on the BISD YouTube. We appreciate everyone tuning in at the city of Brownsville at Linear Park that were watching in the big watching party. And again, to all of the assistants from BISD for assisting us in broadcasting this game. Eric, final thoughts here on this one. Rangers look pretty good.
Yeah, Rangers look pretty good. I think it's an underestimate of what their skills was, but Brownsville vets, they have juniors returning next year. You named off the seniors. They're losing some key pieces, but this team, I believe, moving in district to go 6A next year. I believe that's what it was. So it doesn't get easier for them, but this is a moment they're going to talk about for the rest of their lives.
Fan base stuck around here. The RGV always supportive of their athletes as they make their runs into the postseason. That's going to wrap it up for football season for our broadcast crews. Our appreciation to everyone that assisted us in everything we did at Sam Stadium and abroad in all of the broadcasts we did. I hope you enjoyed the angles, the cameras. The students were doing a good job here this evening. Everyone that assisted us in our broadcast, thank you on that. Eric Alexander moving up the ranks on the announcing side. Appreciate the color commentary here. And that's going to do it for our broadcast here at Buccaneer Stadium. Till next time, I'm Joe Bowling. Hope you enjoyed this one. Good night.